Hello, everybody, and welcome to twitch.tv/Plastic Age Plays, where today, as part of Onyx PathCon, we are gathered to play some Scarred Lands with the incredible Jess Ross running us through the game. Before we dive into that, I do want to remind everyone that the reason for this convention, the thing that we are doing, is to help raise funds for our buddies at the Bodana Group. They do a lot of work with mental health and tabletop role playing space. And now that I can type again, I've gone ahead and throw the link to that in the chat. So if you head over to their website, you can learn more about their mission. You can also send donations there. I also do want to remind you that we have all of our stuff up at the Onyx Path Discord for the schedule for the convention for this weekend. There's a lot more actual plays and a lot of panels going on. And while I dig up that link, I will shut my mouth and hand it over to Jess. If you would, please tell us who you are, what you do, and then get us started. You can be the master o ceremonies henceforth.
Sounds good. Hello, everyone. Like Travis said, I'm Jess Ross. My pronouns are they, them. I am a writer and editor and sometimes writing consultant and other things like that. You can find all of my information on my website, writejess.com. That's WRITE Jess. I am here to be the dungeon master today for this game of Scarred Lands. We're going to be playing my adventure, Sundered Sisters, from Chase Across. You can't really see that because of my camera. But anyway, you can find it on Drive-Thru RPG, and it won't be blurry when you look at it there.
Excellent. I will bring that link up as well.
Perfect. Thank you. So we'll go around and do some introductions. If you want to give me your name and pronouns, your character's name and pronouns, and also just a little bit about yourselves, please. We can learn a little bit about our players here today. And since Travis is typing and finding links, we'll save Travis for last.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. We'll just go across how we're listed on the stream here. So we'll start with David.
Hi. I am David. Pronouns he, they. I have brought the contingent from the other side of the pond for this show. I am also sweating in far too hot, even though it's quite late at night here. I am part of the Darker Days radio team, and I do some freelance writing every now and then. So I am playing the Orc Monk. I'm going to use the name Layla, and they are going to have they, them pronouns. And this is my first time ever playing a D&D 5th E game, so be nice to me. Especially the chat, be nice to me. I will get it wrong.
That's fine. We're all going to be nice. We're only here to have fun. And maybe 100%. Even make up some of our own rules.
100%.
Next will be Mint.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mint or Minty Bo, whichever one you prefer. I go by any and all pronouns. I will be bringing along a delightful, very colorful Drendali elf artificer. Their name is Zavaka, and they go by they, them. As for me, you can find me on here on Minty_Bo on weekends, or find me on Twitter at It's Minty Bitch. Fair warning, I'm deranged and homosexual, so 18 plus to be on there. And that's pretty much it for me that's necessary right now.
Grown folks only. And if you're not grown folks, what are you doing here? We have the adult filter on. Go ask your parents.
Go enjoy your summer.
Permission. Yeah.
The kids' table is there.
Oh my God.
We got the sippy cups for you, don't worry.
Amazing. Will.
Hello, I am the Will. I don't exist online in any meaningful capacity because of Roll20, but that doesn't matter. I'm playing a Manticora Warlock, appears to be a female, so she, her kind. I'm a Celestial Warlock, which means I'm the weirdest form of weird. I try to do good. I don't know what to do.
Sacrilege.
And what's your Manticore Warlock's name?
Oh, Ellie, sorry.
Thank you. No problem. Manticore, just saying the best option there is in Scarred Lands, throwing that out there. And Travis, are you able to talk or do you want to let Jazzy go first? All right, Jazzy, let's hear from you.
Hi, I'm Josie, they, them, and I will be playing the Hollow Legionnaire Camilla, a bard. A Hollow Legionnaire bard, whoo. That goes by she, her. And this is my first time ever playing in this setting, and I have no clue what to expect, but I expect carnage.
There almost certainly will be. And I'm sorry about that. I was just doing a last audio check to make sure everything was sounding right. Thank you for stepping up to the plate there, Josie. I guess that leaves me, right?
Yep.
I'm Travis, pronouns are he, they. When I'm not running games, I'm writing them. And I want to just take a extra special moment to offer extra special thanks to Jess for letting me sit on this side of the Game Master screen, which I never get to do. So, especially never get to do for Scarred Lands. So thank you. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
My pleasure. I'm glad I get to run Sundered Sisters for the first time in a very long time.
I look forward to playing it.
And what's your character information?
Oh, right. Yeah. Who am I playing? That's important. I'm playing a Asathi fighter by the name of Jinsora. We're going to just say Jinsora's pronouns are she, her, and she's a champion fighter, I believe. So just a lot of ass beating.
Excellent. That's what we need in Scarred Lands.
I concur.
Incredible violence.
All right. Are we all ready to play?
Absolutely.
Excellent. So some quick things before we really dive in. So this, like I said, is from this book, which is a companion to Vengeance of the Shunned. It's a bunch of side quests from that campaign. So there will be some parts in this adventure that I'll kind of like modify as we go, just because it is sort of like part of Vengeance of the Shunned, which we're not doing that whole campaign right now, obviously. And then the other thing...
It'd be very hard to squeeze into 3 hours.
Yeah, for sure. And then the other thing, we'll do some pretty standard safety tools. So if there's anything that you don't want to go over, you can either give me an X in chat. I'll keep an eye on the Zoom chat. Or you can do like an X fingers, like hands crossed. If there's anything that you want to just completely fade away to the next scene, we don't need to talk about it. If there's something that I'm worried about, like I want to make sure everyone's okay with, I'll just type an O in the Zoom chat and you can give me an O or an X for if you're feeling all right or not. If you're more comfortable doing red, yellow, green, we can also do that. Just like I said, keep it in the Zoom chat or even in the Twitch chat. I'll try to keep an eye on that as well. And we can work with that as it comes up. All right. Any questions about any of that stuff so far?
Nope.
There you go.
Perfect. Excellent. So one of the things from Vengeance of the Shunned that we're going to have happening in this is Mrs. Bane, which is, Travis could give more details about it, but basically it means we can cuss on the stream, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Fuck yes.
Good.
Fuck yes, goddammit, George, swear.
Just checking. I normally stream a family-friendly only stream, so I was ready to say fudge.
No, we're about 2 TOS violations away from being an OnlyFans at this point. So yeah, by all means, swear, swear really like.
Swear to my little heart's content. Good. So basically, Mrs. Vane means that magic is real fucked up in this area. So when certain characters cast magic using any kind of spell slot, there's some real wild shit that's going to go down. So I will try to stay on top of that. We have a couple of different like ongoing mechanics going on this. So if you do cast a spell and I forget to say now roll for Mrs. Bane, please do remind me. Even though bad things will happen for you, it'll still be worth it. It'll be great. There's nothing to worry about except for all of the terrible things that are going to happen, which is fine and what we all expected.
It's one of my favorite mechanics in Scarred Lands, so I will do my best to pay attention and remind you if you miss them as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Is that specifically if we use a spell slot to cast a spell?
Yes.
Or is that a leveled spell? Those are different.
It's anytime that you use a leveled spell, I believe. But if you're using like an invocation and whatnot, it's left to the GM's discretion whether or not that kicks off Mesos' Bane.
Okay.
And to give just a hair of insight into why that is, the world of the Scarred Lands is a world that has had a recent Titanomachy. The gods rose up and slew the Titans only 150 years ago. And when the Titan of Magic, Mesos, was ripped to itty bitty pieces, one of his last acts, according to legend, was to sort of infuse his essence throughout all magic. So anytime a spellcaster is using magic, the idea is that Mesos is somehow subconsciously kind of slapping them around a little bit for daring to step on his toes.
Interesting.
Exactly right. And I believe part of the Vengeance of the Shunned campaign is that we're looking for weapons in order to slay a Titan, at least part of like a side aspect of that.
It's one of the approaches that you can take. Yes.
Play Queen. Sorry.
Inspiration. I give inspiration for really good puns, which is just a thing about me that you should know.
Excellent.
Thank you. You're gonna regret saying that.
Good. I want enough puns that I regret it, that I regret my entire life. That's how you know you're doing well. So we can start with your group, and we'll get into whether or not your group actually knows each other as we do this introduction. But all of you are taking a break from the quest that you've been doing so far and sort of end up in the same tavern taking a break. And here you start to hear rumors of hag coven in the nearby swamp. And this hag coven, according to rumor, have situated their hut right on top of a piece of Mesos, of one of his bits. And so you realize, like, hey, this is that's pretty fucking important, right? Especially for Vengeance of the Shunned, which again we're not actually doing. But you do know that being able to find a piece of him, as well as the supposed cache of weapons that's buried down there with that little piece, that could really come in handy. So you happen to come across a mage who, introduces himself and says, "Hello, I noticed you listening to some of these rumors. Have you any interest in seeking out this slaying weapon?"
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
I have no choice but to be interested.
Certainly true.
Sounds like a fun story to be told after the fact.
Certainly. Well, if you are interested, there is this, coven of hags that may or may not be guarding this cache of weapons. But if you're interested, I could show you the way to. Oh, Travis, this is a great moment for me to actually hear the swamp name said aloud so I know how to pronounce it. Soparata Swamp?
Let me look real quick. Is it Soparata Swamp?
Yeah, Soparata Swamp. Is that right?
Yes, I hope so. Yeah.
Perfect.
I have no further authority in pronunciation than any other game master, so I would say Soparata Swamp would be fine.
Perfect. And I've been saying it right this whole time. So this mage says, if you want to head towards Soparata Swamp, I can, sort of point you in the right direction to head to this hag hut and find what you will. Of course, it's terribly dangerous in the swamp, but these are the risks we take to find such fascinating and important artifacts.
It's a very kind offer. What do you stand to gain?
What does anyone stand to gain from the removal of a hag coven from a nearby area?
Materials, allies, influence, financial goods.
Insight check.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your D20 plus insight.
All right. So that's going to be 21.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, you incite the heck out of this person. You can tell, like, they're very clearly hiding something. They're not doing a very good job of making it seem like they only want the hags gone. This person clearly wants access to whatever is under the hag's hut.
We're being hired to clean it out. How much are you paying us?
Well, I suppose I can pay you with 80% of whatever treasure is found underneath.
90.
85.
Underneath
89.
and on top.
Underneath
And
and on
that.
top. 80% then.
88.
82.
Is there a particular piece of
89. Because you
treasure
went down.
or item that you are looking for out of this group that you would like to get your hands on? Is there, rather than haggling over coin, is there something in particular that you want?
There is. If you'd like to go that route, there are two things that I would like. I would like the staff of the python and the medallion of the seashell. I know are down there. And I would like access to, even if you keep it with you, but some, experimental access to whatever bits of mesos you find underneath that hag hut.
Experimental in what way?
Well, I'd like to run some tests on it, experiment on it, learn more about it.
Materials testing can take days, months, even years if it's complex enough, and yet you would say it would be in our possession. How are you supposed to do that if we're holding it and not here?
Well, hopefully you'd allow me to run a few tests before you leave, and if it would be possible to, split whatever piece it is a little bit further, then you'd be able to leave a piece with me.
Hmm.
How about we can do that, but you don't get the other two. Or you get those two and you get just the test for as long as we have it. Or for as long as we're here.
How long are you planning to stay here?
Oh, probably a week, a month.
5 minutes?
Shush. Shush. Plans change. Probably about a week, between a week and a month.
If you assure me you'll stay at least a month, then we'll do the 2 items and access for a month.
Hold on. One moment. I gotta check this character's alignment.
Hold on, I gotta check my big book of morals. Oh wait, I don't have one.
More or less. More or less. It's important.
That's
Sure.
the words.
Yeah, I do believe I left alignments up to y'all when I created the characters, so.
Excellent. Then I don't have to be moral. Okay. Yes, you have a deal.
So Rael is gonna do an insight check on you.
Deception check.
Go
I
ahead.
should-
test that.
Travis, you shouldn't have let that out to the people. That's not a good idea.
You've made the mistake of attempting to do insight me, because that is a 26.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this Rael only got an 18. So Rael is gonna trust that you're being honest with this deal. Because they haven't actually gone over what the consequences might be of breaking this deal. So they'll believe you that you will stay around for a month and keep your part of the bargain.
Glorious.
I'm a celestial warlock. I'm a good person.
I'm sorry, I need to reconcile the fact that warlock and good were just in the same sentence.
One thing that I would hasten to point out about the setting of the Scarred Lands is that there are gods of every alignment, and so you can absolutely be a celestial warlock that's not necessarily good. Some of them are downright terrible.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Don't add fuel to the fire here.
Excellent.
I can already tell this adventure is going to go very differently from the last time I ran it. All right. So you have negotiated your terms, whether or not you intend to keep them. And so Rael will direct you toward the nearest entrance to the Sorporata swamp and let you know there's a danger in the swamp, of course. It's, poisoned and to go through. You'd want to travel as quickly as you can without bringing more danger to yourselves. So, be aware that any travel you do brings risk through the swamp.
I
And
grew up in the swamps of Kanthat. This is not going to be a challenge for me.
Poison? Is poison that bad?
I suppose that depends on your perception of it.
Looks at her light blue skin.
Yeah,
Any side
like-
effects?
Yeah. We'll be fine, unless we're not.
Well, you can always
That's
become one of me
certainly
after
true.
your death.
That requires great sacrifice, so I'm told.
I don't remember if I did. Apparently I did. Yippee!
Ryle is sort of like slowly stepping away from this group that they're suddenly realizing are a lot stranger than they realized.
Just that mistakes were made sort of mentality going through his head. Just
Yeah,
Should've
just
vetted
know
better.
like, interesting. So are you doing anything before you head toward the swamp?
is there a suppose sort of if we're close to the swamp, I imagine the locals have like a standard survival kit that they use to survive the swamp. I've got 10 gold pieces. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but is there like, a shopkeep who are local? Because if they're close to it, they have to have something. People don't live close to dangerous things and don't develop some response.
Picking up something like anti-venom or something like that might not be a bad idea, but I would like to point out that my character does have the marsh roamer background, which comes with marsh dweller's discretion. Effectively, that background feature means that you can navigate your way through the bewildering maze of swamps, allowing you and up to 5 companions to avoid quicksand, swamp gas, any other swamp hazards while moving at travel pace. Furthermore, you can identify which plants are poisonous and which are safe to eat, and when you forage in a swamp, you can always find enough food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people per day, unless there is a serious drought or shortage. So, I know survival in the swamp.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Never mind then. Let's go
Save your
murder
gold.
some old ladies.
I can also attempt to heal, and I will put those very much as an attempt. There's vague possibilities that I might be able to help if it all goes wrong.
I do some healing. Sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work out, and then I just apparently just make a little song, and people don't like it when I play a dainty little song as they're dying. But hey, I can try.
Wait, hold on. Am I the best healer here? Because I heal as a class feature, not as a spell.
I
What?
do not heal. I tend to do the other thing in times of conflict.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
a spell here that I don't actually know what it does. So
Sucks to be you.
Which spell would that be?
spare the dying.
Oh, so if we are making death saves, you just stop us from making death saves and stabilize us.
Okay.
It's super useful.
Yeah, it's very handy.
When one of us goes down, run over to them and smack them on the head so they stop dying.
Is that
Just
is
have it-
that stopping the singing, or is that stopping the person dying?
It
It will
Depends.
stop. It will stop the person singing. Whether or not that causes Camilla to stop singing remains to be seen. Just real quick, what's everybody? What's kind of like a basic overview of what we all look like and what we're carrying and things like that?
Wild cat lady, but
Excellent.
like not in the spinster way.
Cat, like person who is a cat, not
Yes.
not person who collects them.
Yes.
Excellent.
Is that cat lady or lady cat? Or is that Catwoman, Halle Berry style?
Catwoman.
Excellent.
Zvaka kind of just looks like someone took an elf, took all the paints, and threw up on a workshop uniform. Leather with all the colors of the world and all these sigils all over it. Underclothes, bright pastels, cosmetics of all color. Gender undeterminable because of how fucking loud they are with their wardrobe choices.
I love it.
Camilla is well a hollow legionnaire, so that says enough. Like a faintly light blue glow, like some kind of celestial smurf. But for the rest, absolutely not anything like a legionnaire. She's got like this really dainty armor that only covers enough for it to be attuned to her. And like got these ribbons everywhere flowing, so when she runs, it's like a little show. And she never has this thing not in her hands. That is a threat.
And so she has a lot of exposed skin. Fun fact about Hollow Legionnaires: their skin is translucent, so you can vaguely make out like roughly what's behind her when you anything that's behind her exposed skin.
Noted.
I'm very
So,
transparent,
perfect
you know.
shield. Perfect shield to stand behind and shoot from behind.
No, I'm
Exactly.
squishy. No,
You're in armor. It's fine.
I am armor.
See, even better. You just
No.
admitted it.
Exactly.
The intelligence of the Skarn.
And how about Layla?
Layla is 9 foot tall, 7 foot wide, built like a barbarian, but as gentle as a pussycat. Completely the opposite to what you'd expect from them. They're walking around in a very, very simple, light blue, cyanish robe, a little book hanging off their belt, and just very, very shy demeanor for someone so clearly big.
And
I'll
they're
discover more as we go along as I kind of get my head around this.
and they're an orc, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Jinsara's Jinsara's probably about 5 foot, maybe 5'2" on a particularly confident day. She has she effectively looks like a snake with arms and legs, and is wearing kind of like green, like deep green scales on the top, and then like a lighter green from the chin underneath going down the belly. And she's just wearing very simple leather armor and a pair of scimitars on her back.
Excellent.
Oh, as well. Sorry, Layla is armed to the teeth. Although you have never seen her, you've never seen her use the weapons. She's got a quarterstaff, battle axe, great axe, a lance, short sword. Got all the weapons, but doesn't seem to use them. Just a bit of a kleptomaniac, really, with the weapons. Doesn't like people using them, so kind of hoards them when people drop them.
That is incredible. I do love the idea of a monk just being like, "Oh, I'll take that. Thank you."
Mine for the display case.
I feel like Layla needs a pet. Oh, what is that creature that it just like has a bunch of like weapons stuck inside of it that like sucks weapons into it?
The blade beast, yes.
The blade
Yeah.
beast.
Oh, I thought you meant the gelatinous cube, but
Oh, that too.
That too. Yeah.
But the blade beast, yeah. All right. So thank you for all of your character descriptions. And hopefully this means that some of you know you're going to survive in the swamp, and the others know that maybe you got some backup if things start to go poorly, which they won't. There's no reason for that.
No.
Of course.
Everything's fine.
Everything will be fine. We're just going up against hags. They are notorious for having a bunch of wacky magic that we couldn't possibly hope to predict.
As long as we go in with an open mind and engage them in willing conversation, we'll be fine.
The real
Yes,
poisonous swamp was
you
the friends
do.
we made along the way.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes, you go do that. We're gonna attack them from behind while they're talking to you. Then you punch them in the face. They're hags. You can't negotiate with hags. I mean, have you seen them?
Have you tried haggling with them?
You can.
I've never
You
tried
already have
haggling with a
advantage?
hag.
I think I already gave you advantage.
She gave me inspiration already.
Inspiration, I mean. No, 5 stars.
No.
Haggling with the hag
Actually-
is excellent.
Actually, real life now wonder if haggling is derived from the word hag, or if they have a similar root word.
Oh, that's quite possible.
Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
interesting. Oh well.
Share your findings later I guess send it to someone if you're not anywhere else on the internet.
Yeah.
Send it to all of us.
Yes, by messenger pigeon.
It might be hard because first I have to get a messenger pigeon that lives near you, and then bring it all the way to me. Then I have to write it down. Then I have to send it to you. But it also has to live like at your house, because that's how homing pigeons work.
This is true. They do go, in fact, home.
All right. So as you all enter the swamp from the direction that Rael sent you, you go in a little bit, walking around, following the instructions, presumably. I mean, I guess I can't tell you what to do if you don't want to follow Rael's instructions.
As long as they don't put us in directly in harm's way. Obviously, if we have to adjust a little bit to avoid a hazard, we will. But we'll try to stick to them, I think, as close as we can. And I assume then that they're not coming with us?
Right. They are not coming with you. They basically said, like, yeah, if you want to go, do your thing and then let me know when you find the treasure. I'll take my finder's fee, essentially.
Gotcha.
So if you want to
We're definitely leaving
do
the next day. We're definitely leaving the next day. If I thought he was gonna guide us there, he's doing even less than I expected.
And Rael is they them. But yeah, they are definitely just not interested. They're like, I'm not going into the swamp. If you want to go in the swamp, you do that, and then let me know what you find.
They are definitely not getting paid.
Yep.
All right, whoever is sort of taking the lead on following Rael's instructions or just leading people through the swamp, go ahead and make me a survival check.
I think our swamp person should do it.
Yeah, as long as nobody has any objection, I will do so.
By all means.
It's 21.
Why are you all rolling so well? This is nonsense. Let me do damage.
I've not picked up a dice yet. Just wait till I pick up a dice, and then you'll have some fun.
I'm going to hold you to that, David. All right, so you do a pretty good job of navigating through the swamp, following Rael's instructions, but sort of making detours when needed. And you make it to the landmark that Rael described to you. And on your way, you do find a couple of spots where you can see you may have, fallen into some sort of trap, either a bit of marshy area that would have slowed you down. You see a couple of, snakes and toads and rats sort of almost watching you, sort of waiting for an opportune moment. But with your ridiculously high score, you're able to get through that pretty quickly. And you make it to the landmark Rael described, which is a massive tree growing from sort of a marshier area. Lots of smaller plants around the base of it, lots of moss growing along it. And on this tree at about eye level, there seems to be almost a face, completely made out of bark, not like the human face growing out of it or anything, but a bark face features in this tree that has a mouthful of twigs. And a little bit sort of to the side behind, there's a much smaller tree that has a similar face on it. And Rael only gave you to this description and said, you would have to figure out what to do next to find your next steps. Rael just directed you to this area. What would you like to do now that you have found these trees?
Okay, so we're looking for evidence of hags. am I understanding that properly?
Basically, yeah, Rael has said that all they know for sure is the way to the Hag's Hut is that like this is sort of the first step, is that you make it to these trees and then you will somehow find your way to the Hag's Hut.
Gotcha. Is there, I guess, yeah, is there anything that's like an obvious, oh, there's magic being done over there, or, oh, that is clearly marked in some easy and convenient way?
You can do either an Arcana or Investigation, whichever you'd like to do, or Nature even, whatever makes the most sense for what you're looking for.
I think maybe I can rely on nature if somebody else wants to lean in. I am not a very Arcana focused character, so
I could try Arcana.
excellent.
Can tell you it's a tree. And it has
Nailed it.
has
I mean-
a face in it.
I mean, I feel like we could ask the tree. It's got a face in it. Its mouth is stuffed full of twigs. We pull him out, they'll probably start talking. Or spew noxious gas. One of those two.
I'm going to bend down and tap the face. Hello?
Okay,
Perfect. Everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
I did not.
Hooray!
I did not do great on my nature roll either. I only got an 11, so
I got an 18 for my Arcana check.
Okay. I will come back to that. I'm going to note it down though.
All right.
I'm sorry, everyone. I know it's only initiative. Natural 1.
that's good. Get those out of the way now.
Yeah, this is one of the better
Thank
rolls
you.
to get that on.
Oh yeah, let's
13.
That is absolutely how that works, Travis. Okay.
All right.
Busy
Adding-
tapping on the tree, not noticing anything. Hello? Hello?
So for initiative, are we doing just the base dice roll or adding dex modifier to it?
You'll add Dex. Initiative
Alright.
is D20 plus Dex mod.
Okay, that slightly helps me because that puts me up at 6.
Yeah, I'm on 3. I'm on 4, but natural 1, so
I
You
wasn't
can't-
that far
You
behind.
can't
Improve
crit
my
fail
dice
at
rolling.
initiative. So
Yeah, generally speaking, you don't have to worry about crit fails except for in combat.
I can fail everything, so don't worry about it.
I got a 10 on initiative, which was almost as bad a roll as what Layla got. So
And what did Camilla get?
13. Yay. I'm not the combat character. Ah.
oh, I got a 13 too. What's your Dex score?
My dex is +2, but my initiative is +3 for some reason. So
Probably has some that edits that. That would put you ahead of me in the order, in the turn order.
okay.
Thank you.
The monk is not very. Layla's not the smartest creature.
I've noticed already.
What?
Just wants to
Dang.
be friends. Just
Dang.
wants to be friends.
Nice role playing, David. Really good.
Sometimes knowledge comes from knowledge, and other times knowledge comes from bad experiences. This is just going to be one of those later ones.
Sometimes
I
the
have-
real
I have
knowledge was
0
inside of us
nature.
all along.
It'll be
You know, like
fine.
the weapons that are about to be inside of us.
Sorry, Layla
All
doesn't
right.
know what tree, whether trees actually have life in them or not. I have a 0 in nature, so it's like, you're not real, are you?
Perfect. You ask the tree if it's real and tap on it, and the twigs that are in its mouth start to like twitch and move, almost like it's about to speak to you. But then they sort of like part, and a bunch of snakes come out. So you've got 2 swarms of poisonous snakes and 2 giant constrictor snakes, all coming out of these trees' mouths to greet you and welcome you to the swamp. And we've got Camilla going first.
Ah. So it's only the snakes, like it's not the trees that are the bad guys for now, right?
Right.
Okay. So I see one of those snakes, and I can't do much in combat and probably don't even realize that we're in danger yet. So I'm gonna position myself like behind the people that are way broader than me. And I am going to tell one of the snakes that they're fucking ugly and cast Vicious Mockery.
As you do.
Um,
Oh, we're going to get on so well.
I know, right? Vicious Mockery at level 8 is a oh god, it's been a while since I played a bard. Black. Let's say spell attack, so oh god. So they have to make a wisdom saving throw and my DC is 14.
They failed it.
Beautiful. They have disadvantage on the next attack roll, and that is 2d4.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage.
That is 6 psychic damage to a snake because he's ugly.
You see the snake sort of like rear back and and sort of point with its tail, like you really hurt its feelings.
Good. And then like that was a bonus action, so like I guess for like what I have left, I'll just take out my crossbow and be afraid. Next turn.
All right, well, Ellie is next.
Excellent. Okay, so are the snakes? Are any of them in 5-foot distance of me?
How close were you standing to the trees when all of this started?
I would have, stayed about where we were when we first saw the trees, and then while they were doing like, "Hey, what could those mean?" and I said that, then the monk walked up, so I wouldn't have been next to them. So, okay,
So probably 10 to 15 feet, I would think.
cool. I don't roll at disadvantage. All right. So protection or fighting, because they'll come up on me next round. So I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast on one of the constrictor snakes, which is 26 and dirty 20.
All
It's
right,
two
so you
beams.
did a total of 46 damage.
No, that was to hit.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
sorry, that was to hit.
No, that's fine.
Did those hit?
They did.
Excellent. Dice, chill. They're snakes. That was 20 damage, max damage on my first attack. So I'm going to die. The dice were too kind to me in my game earlier, so instead of that, anyways, nobody is hurt. I'm gonna step back, using my movement to put distance between me, make it so that if they want to come at me, they have to use their dash action. So they'll put me back 30 feet, which would put me 40 to 45 feet away from them, and that's my room.
All right. Next is Jinsora.
Excellent. As I see the snakes emerge from the tree, both scimitars come up, and I transform into a just blur of whirling blades. I'm gonna just go 2-weapon fighting, both scimitars. First one is a 15 to hit.
Are you going for the giant constrictor snake or the poisonous
I was probably
swarm?
gonna go one for the giant, because there was one giant constrictor and one swarm, or is it 2 of each?
2 swarms and 2 giant constrictors.
Let's start with, are they arranged in such a way where I can easily get like 1 and 1 and then 1 and 1? You know what I mean? So like constrictor swarm and then switch over to constrictor swarm. All right, cool.
Yeah,
so
because they like the trees are right next to each other, and then like one swarm and constrictor came out of one tree, and one swarm and constrictor came out of the other tree. So you could do that.
Excellent. The tree that has the most of our party near it is the one where I'm going to focus my attack the first turn. So the first, with my good hand, I got a 15. And if that does hit, that's 8 slashing.
That does hit.
And then with my offhand, not so great. I got a 16.
That will still hit.
And that would only be 2 damage because I don't get to add my dex mod to the second one.
All right.
And that would be the entirety of my turn. But I will, I'm definitely being boisterous and loud and, pay attention to me, you little shits. Partially because as an Asathi, I'm resistant to poison damage.
Makes sense.
I can handle a snake bite or two.
All right. So now it's the snake's turns. So the first swarm of poisonous snakes will go after Camilla because they saw Camilla insult their friend. And they're pretty upset about it.
I would have been behind.
Oh, that's fair. How far behind did you try to go?
I'll try to at least, I had my full movement to do that, so at least behind 1 or 2 meat shields that are my party members.
In that case, we'll go after Jinsora first.
As well they should.
All right. So that is going to be a 22 to hit.
That will absolutely hit.
And you're immune to poison damage, you said?
I am resistant to poison damage.
All right. In that case, first 11 piercing and then make a constitution saving throw.
Sure. And I did, by the way, forget this round, but I will not forget again that I have 2 attacks every turn.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 11 damage after applying the resistance?
Because this is piercing damage.
Oh, sure. And is this against being poisoned?
The DC Constitution is, yeah.
All right. I can do that.
Constitution saving throw.
I do have advantage on resisting being poisoned as well. So.
Oh, perfect.
That's a 17 or a 11. So I'll take the 17 if you don't mind. Thanks.
No kidding. Let's see. So on a successful save, you would take 8 damage, but then with your resistance, will you take 4?
Yep. So
4 poison damage.
excellent.
All right, and the next swarm of poisonous snakes is now going to go after Layla.
Do they have to pass me to do it?
Shocked.
I don't think Layla has moved back, so I think you're sort of all in the same,
Okay.
or at least like
I'm
Layla
still touching the
Zavaka.
tree, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I
Oh
think
my
probably
goodness.
Layla's the closest to everything.
Layla's surprised that they've actually one group has just gone straight past her.
Hey,
Come on.
that was the group from the other tree, so they sort of were like, "Oh, the other snakes got that one."
Don't you want to be friends?
Why can't we be friends?
Can we be friends?
So we didn't bring
Let's
a
see.
druid with us.
Too bad. This is a 14 to hit on Layla.
I'm guessing this is a close combat and not a ranged attack.
Correct.
No, my AC is 16.
Yes, it is. All right. So this first swarm kind of tosses itself at you and just bounces right off you. But the giant constrictor snake coming out of this first stump will also go after you since you're right here, right in these snakes' faces for some reason. And that is going to be, oh, don't freeze D&D Beyond. I need you right now. This is going to be this one is also going to try to bite you, and that is going to be an 18 to hit
Yeah, that'll hit.
and 11 piercing damage.
All right. Yeah. I don't have anything to stop that. Boo. Cool.
You still have a ton of HP. You'll survive.
Yeah. I'm not exactly small.
And the last constrictor snake is going to attack Zivaka, because I think you're the last person who is visible and not behind someone else.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So this one is going to. Oh no, didn't mean to click that. This one is going to bite at you with a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Ooh, ouch.
I'm pretty sure that beats 16 armor class, so yeah.
A bit.
And that's going to be 14 piercing damage.
I have to do math. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. Ow.
On the bright side, it's now your turn, Zwaka.
Great, because I have a question to ask.
Uh-huh.
Does the cantrip minor illusion only target one individual, or can it target anyone in the area within range?
Minor illusion just makes an image, doesn't really target anybody.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
it would just be something that appears.
Zvaka's got to look at the snake that has now dug its fangs into them, wince. Well, now you've asked for this, you little shit. And we're going to use minor illusion, but not to create an image, to create the most piercing sound of a hawk, to scare off these snakes.
I like it.
Tell me what you need me to roll, if I need to roll some.
I'll say for your illusion, have you roll a deception check. So a d20 plus deception.
Alrighty, deception.
I guess it'll be against the snake's perception.
Okay, deception's not the best thing in the world, but you know what? It can't go wrong.
I like that attitude.
Pissed off already. So
All right, and then add deception, 17.
Okay, nice. So I'll say that you managed to scare off the two swarms because those are mostly like smaller snakes. But the two constrictor snakes are like, nah, we don't give a shit about no hawk.
Well, the field has been cleared up a little bit, so they're gonna smile, but then kind of look at the one that's probably still biting at them. You're next, motherfucker.
Jinsora is nothing if not petty. So if that one group is withdrawing, she would absolutely like to take an attack of opportunity against them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely, you can do that.
Yeah, she's going to swipe. That's 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
10 damage.
All right. Yeah, you notice that quite a few of the snakes from the swarm you've managed to take them out a little bit, and they're definitely struggling as they slither away. You scared slash the heck out of these snakes.
Excellent.
And that was Vaka. Next is Layla.
She's gonna wail on the constrictor who is trying to be overly friendly, I feel, here. So just so I'm getting this right, I'm going to unarmed strike, which will allow me to attack twice. So I'll effectively be hitting them 4 times unarmed. So first attack. It's a 23.
That'll hit.
It is. No, sorry, it's a 26. It's also a natural 20 as well. Sorry. I've gone from a 0 to a 20.
It all hits.
I told you wanted to get that natural one out of the way on your initiative.
So it's 1d6 plus 3 bludgeoning. Or shall I roll all of the attacks first?
Yeah, go ahead and roll all your attacks, and then we'll have you roll all your damage.
Second one is 12.
That will not hit.
Third one is 18.
That'll hit.
And fourth one is a natural 1.
You got 2 hits. Roll your 2 damage.
9 on both of them.
All right.
And one of those is a crit, right?
One of those is a crit. Yep.
So you roll 2 damage dice there. So
Right, and you're an orc, so I believe you roll 3 damage dice, actually. Let me double check that, though.
I've got it open already. So I had it to my thing. Savage damage. Yeah, 1 additional dice.
So that's another 5 and another 6. So that's 11 plus the 9. That's 20 already.
Nice. Nice.
Is it still alive?
It is.
Okay. I'm going to spend a key point and do flurry of blows and hit it again.
Perfect.
Let's go.
You're ready to take this bad boy out.
Like, stop touching me! That is a 20 and 25.
Nice.
Yep, those will both hit.
So that'll be 9, 14 in total.
All right, this constrictor snake is looking pretty beat up, but it's still alive.
Damn. Yeah, that's enough for me. I've got nothing else to do.
All right, and we're
Try to hug me.
we're back around to Camilla.
Yeah. So there's only one, or like there's 2 constrictor snakes remaining, or like 1?
There's 2 remaining, but one of them is pretty messed up.
Okay, to the one that messed up, I'm gonna yell, "Constrict your mom," and I'm gonna roll vicious mockery again. That's a 14 wisdom save again.
Let's see. That is a 13. What was your
14.
Oh, perfect. All right. So roll your damage.
Get wrecked. That is 5 damage and disadvantage on their next attack roll.
All right. Amazing.
And then with my movement, even more distance myself and put as many meat shields as possible in between me and them so they get a nice little blue fantastic glow. Woo! That's my turn.
Amazing. All right, Ellie.
All right, okay. A little bit of damage. Messed up constrictor snake. But if I attack that one and kill it, the disadvantage on the next roll will be useless. On the next attack roll it has will be useless. So, one that's not messed up, Eldritch Blast.
All right.
It's going to be +7, so that's going to be 18 and 15.
Those will both hit.
Excellent. All right, dice. Now you're going to roll both ones because you rolled both 10s last time. 16 on that guy, force damage. And our fighter take 6 hit points back.
Ooh, thanks. To what do I owe the pleasure?
It is my packed boon, not packed boon. It is my healing light from my subclass feature. So I've got
Sweet.
8 more uses of that.
That's
Is
awesome.
that a spell slot that you use?
Nope. It is a
Ugh.
it is a packed feature. It is a yeah. I might be the best healer here because I don't have to use spell slots to heal.
And you
I
can
can heal
avoid Mesos' Bane, too.
Exactly.
I can heal you
Exact-
mentally. No, I can't.
You can always try.
Well, I appreciate the extra hit points. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, that's my action. Bonus action. If I move too far away, I won't be able to hit. So I'm gonna stand here, 45 feet back. Safe-ish and sound. If those two go down, if anybody else in front of me goes down, it's gonna be very alarming.
All right, Jinsora's next.
Excellent. This time I'm going to do my two-handed attack as I did before. So first swipe on that constrictor is an 18. And that will be 5 slashing damage to it.
All right.
The second swipe with the scimitar is a 19, which is a crit for me because I'm a champion fighter. And I believe that auto figures out my crit damage. Yep. So that should be a total of 5 points of damage. No. 6 points of damage. From the second hit. And then for my second attack, I'm going to bite this sucker. And be like, how do you like it?
No, you.
And that's a 6.
First of all, I know it's not a pun, but still inspiration for biting a snake back. For the snake guy, the snake person biting a snake back.
Thank you.
And now tell me what your attack roll is.
I appreciate it. It was a 16.
Yep, that'll hit.
And that'll be 8 piercing from the bite.
All right. Tell me how this giant constrictor snake dies from your bite.
What I'm thinking is like I swipe across with my right hand, I bite on the top like base of where the like right below the base of the jaw, and then I swipe across with my other hand, and like the body just hits the ground, and I'm still there with like top half of the snake in my mouth. Maybe spit it out and let out a roar.
Incredible. Absolutely, that's what happens.
Excellent.
All right. Was that your full move?
That was my full action. Yes.
All right. So we have this last giant constrictor snake who looks somewhat horrified at this point. You're not sure how a snake can look horrified, but this snake is managing it. And it is going to go after Jinsora with disadvantage. And it's going to try to constrict you. Oh,
Excellent.
that was a really good first roll. Oh, okay. Still a 24.
That will absolutely hit me.
All right. So first is going to be 18. Wait, no, I rolled this incorrectly. Hold on. Ignore that 18.
I will do so.
And that is going to be that's going to be 9 bludgeoning damage. And you are grappled.
Excellent. 9 bludgeoning and I'm grappled?
Yep.
Excellent.
All right. And next is Zavaka. And the snake is now wrapped around Jinsora.
All right, Bestie, we're gonna play ball. We might be using a spell slot. But I need
Oh,
to make sure that I know what this spell does, because hello, audience. This is my first time playing a 5e game. How are you?
which spell is it?
I'm trying to see if shield only applies to self.
It is only self.
Shit. Okay.
And
If
it's
you- are you
reaction,
in-
so if you're attacked, that's when you would use it. You can't
Okay.
use it any other time.
Trying to see if there's something I can use to hit this thing. not hit the other person that is not the snake, and also still let you have the chance to do some backlash because I want to see how this mechanic works.
If you got anything that just targets a single creature,
I
You
can
might.
bonk it on its head. I've got stunning strike, so I know I'm going to come afterwards, but still.
All right, we might have to save that for later. Instead,
You can do the Tenebrous Blade. Tenebrous? Tenebrous?
we could.
Or the Withering Bolt.
We'll keep it simple and try Withering Bolt. I need to see how that works in 5e.
So you make a ranged spell attack.
All right. And that is with spell attack. Plus, and that's with int, right?
for an artificer, yes, your spellcasting abilities end. Plus proficiency. So should be, we're at 8th level, so we should have proficiency 3.
Yep. All right, let's see how that works.
I believe the character sheets on the spell sheet up top should have your spell save DC and your spell attack bonus, I believe.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Spell save DC is 13, attack bonus is +5. And
So what did you roll for your attack?
we about to find out.
Okay.
Dice shows 8. Int modifier.
So it would just be 8 plus the spell attack bonus, so you'd be looking
Okay.
at 13, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that is going to hit. So you're going to do 2d6 cold damage and 2d6 necrotic damage.
All right. For cold damage, we're looking at 4, 7 cold damage. 1 and 5 necrotic.
All right. What does it look like when this giant constrictor snake freezes / rots to death?
So I imagine, since artificer things, they take out some tools and just kind of look at the snake. Oh, I know how to do this. Takes like a file, like some pick or something for some operation. And artificer magic just freezes and rots it until it's a pile of fetid, gooey ice clumps.
love it.
Which prompts Jinsora to go ew, 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 and slither up the tree.
Oh my god.
Does Jinsara get touch the tree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, God.
She's in a panic and grossed out, so she's going to absolutely try to climb that tree.
Yeah, you ever left your filet mignon in the freezer for 3 years too long? That's what that snake now looks like.
Right, and she was just
no.
wrapped up in it, right?
Yep, yep. And just all over her. Just
Amazing. Okay. So hold on. Let me resolve my sustain, and then we're going to come back to Jinsara running up this tree. So first, Mint, can you roll a 1d6 for me?
1d6, I sure can, Bestie. Oh, I'm dropping dice. The bane's already hit me. All right. 1d6. Captain, you are looking at a 4.
All right. Bane of the Mind. You generate an aura of psychic dissonance when you cast an arcane spell. You must make a Constitution saving throw against your own spell save DC.
Oh boy. Do I have anything to help with this?
Oh no, the consequences of my actions.
How dare.
Well.
I have a feeling we'll be experiencing those as a group soon.
I don't know what you mean.
Bonding.
All right,
slowly but surely.
Con save. I think I had something that helps me with this, but I don't remember what it was. Nope, never mind. That's for Warcaster. All right, besties, let's see what happens. So no modifier on that. That is just straight 15.
Which
All right.
is
And
above
that-
your spell save DC, because it's 13, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you nailed it.
Good job.
Only some minor fuckery may happen.
Yeah, you're okay. You sort of get the sense for a minute that like something is sort of like trying to claw into your mind, but you can very quickly sort of shake it off.
Fascinating.
So earlier, before all of this started, Camilla rolled an 18 on Arcana. And so just really, really quickly, yeah, you sense the fuck out of some magic in here. There's all kinds of magic going on. And as soon as you sensed it, like the whole thing with the snake started and there was a bunch of stuff going on there, but there's definitely tons of magic happening. But now it just seems like it's coming from everywhere. Like everyone in your group has fucked it up. And so now you're just like, I don't know, there's all kinds of shit going on. There's no way to tell where it's coming from. You got people touching cursed trees, people fucking climbing up the trees, even though they just saw snakes come from it. And you're just like, fuck this noise. I don't know where anything's happening from.
I mean, that's more things to insult.
All right, so Nasara runs up this tree for some reason. So, Jinsar, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that I can do. 14.
All right. Well, I got a 23.
Oop.
Well,
So, first of all, another giant constrictor snake darts out from a branch and is going to bite you.
Nice.
And that's going to, ooh. Okay, I definitely rolled the wrong thing there. That is too much damage. Okay. That was real bad for you, Travis. That was 11 bludgeoning damage, and you are once again grappled, but now you're grappled in this tree where no one can reach you.
Awesome.
I was just going to ask, how high up have they gone?
What's your
'Cause I
climbing
could-
speed?
No, I'm just thinking I'm 9 foot tall.
I don't have a specific climb speed, so I would assume it would be 15 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So Jazar is only about 15 feet up.
I can
Only.
probably smack it with a quarterstaff.
that would increase your range about 5 feet. And if you're 9 feet tall, that
Arm reach, maybe. Either that, or I'm just going to hug the tree.
don't touch the tree. Every time we touch the tree, a snake shows up. It's a tree.
we haven't tried kindness. Maybe that is the answer.
They just keep launching themselves. They're just looking to hug us, and if I hug them back, everything will be all right.
No.
Or hear me out. You pick up weapons, take out one of your axes, and chop down the tree.
It's like one of those spawning camps from the old video game Gauntlet. I
Yeah.
think.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what this is. We're gonna be here fighting snakes this entire session because we can't stop touching the trees.
Grinding so hard for level 20. Oh, no, wait, this is milestone. Never mind.
Exactly.
You're stuck here forever. So while Jinsara is grappled in this tree, let's see, Ellie and Camilla, you are still on the ground, and Camilla, I think, is even a little bit further back. And Ellie, did you move back as well, Will?
I am back 45 feet exactly from the bigger of the trees.
So,
I mean, I could
Camilla
hit
and
that
Ellie are
snake.
both like farther back away from the rest of the group. And the both of you notice, like, while this sort of like hullabaloo is happening because these idiots can't stop touching trees, in the swamp water near your feet, the moss sort of like forms together into a face.
Hi.
And and you hear this face opens its mouth and speaks to you, and says, "Oh, this swamp isn't safe for you, dearie. You'd better take your friends and turn back while you still can."
No, but thank you nonetheless for your caring. No.
Well, if you insist, but don't say I didn't warn you.
Thank you for warning us. Bye.
And Jinsara, while you're grappled in this tree, a smaller face sort of appears from the bark where you're kind of like pressed up to it because of this constrictor snake and gives you the same message.
And what was it they said? I'm sorry, I was reading a condition.
That's okay. It was oh dearie, it's not safe for you in the swamp. You are to take your friends and turn back. Well, you still can.
I will spit at the face as I prepare myself for my next flurry of violence when my initiative returns.
They're already stuck in this tree with a snake, and you're gonna spit at the face on the tree.
I am, absolutely, yes. And it's probably Asathi are not poisonous to the point of like doing poison damage with their bite, but I'm sure there's some sort of ichor-y, venomy sort of kind of like a just a vestigial venom sac loogie is basically going right at this face.
That is maybe the worst phrase I've ever heard.
I mean, I just imagine spitting venom like a cobra, because aren't the Jinzani hooded like cobras?
Some are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just imagine spitting venom like a cobra. Which, fun fact, cobras evolved that to spit at us.
That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
All cobra predators are not tall like us. They evolved that to spit at us and get it in our eyes, which is hilarious to me.
That's what we get.
I like that. Yeah, I was imagining the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park with the like frills that spits the goo.
Yes.
So you spit your goo spit at this tree, which good job.
Thanks.
You did it. You spit in its face. We're gonna kind of like push through this part pretty quickly because you've been facing these snakes for a long time here. I think that probably you spit your gross goose spit at this tree face, and you hear like the entire tree that you're in sort of like shudders, and you hear this like horrible wailing, and the snake kind of like tosses you down onto the ground. So let's do 15 feet isn't a ton, but let's still do like 1d8 bludgeoning damage from being tossed down out of this tree.
Could I?
Can Layla try and catch?
I was going to say, can I try to make an acrobatics roll to land on my feet? I do have quite a bit of acrobatics. And then also
Layla is literally underneath you as well. So
if I can I talk you into giving me advantage on that since I have the assistance of our monk friend?
Yeah, that's fine.
The monk Layla is trying to hug the tree, and maybe just at that point,
unintentional advantage. Oh, hi.
You're not a tree.
And then they kiss.
So it was a 22 on the first roll and an 11 on the second. So I will take the 22.
But Layla, can you give me a quick perception check? Do you notice that Jinsara is about to fall on you?
Ooh.
Someone's gonna break their neck.
They were roommates.
Also, that was D20 plus perception. Did you already say what it was? I'm sorry.
I'm completely lost now.
No.
Oh, sorry. So, David, for you, what I wanted was a perception check. So just a D20 plus your perception.
Yeah, that's 9.
So you definitely don't see.
No, sorry, 12. I looked at deception, not perception.
Okay. So
12.
Jinsara, you are able to make your acrobatic save, so you do land correctly. But but Layla, who is right beneath where you're gonna fall, doesn't see you. So what does this landing look like?
I'm thinking almost like I might land kind of on Layla, and if Layla's facing the tree and I'm flipping away from it, in a very awkward, like reverse, like we're playing chicken sort of fashion, and then very, very rapidly climbing down and like scooting back, and like I don't know that an Asathi can blush necessarily, but maybe like the scales on my cheeks are puffing a little bit.
Perfect. This adventure is going really well for all of you.
Yeah.
I've never been that close to you before. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was. Thanks for the save. It was.
You're welcome. Anytime. Anytime.
If there's nothing actively trying to kill us at the moment, I will resheath my scimitars.
Mint inspiration for that fanfiction joke in the chat.
Noted.
Travis, remind me what your marsh dweller thing does.
So it allows me. It's basically gives me a limited version of the what do you call it? The ranger feature for favored terrain. I can navigate without needing to worry about accidentally falling into hazards. I can avoid quicksand, swamp gas, swamp hazards while moving at travel pace. I don't need to slow down in order to carefully look. I can automatically identify what's poisonous and what's not, and it gives me a foraging bonus. It doesn't give me any specific like in combat advantages of any kind.
Okay, so right now that the snakes have gone away, if these trees just spit poison in all of your faces, you can't really do anything against that.
No, aside from being resistant to poison, there's not much I can do. But I could warn everybody, they're about to spit some poison. But that's probably about it.
All right, so Jinsara, Layla, and Zavaka, give me a Constitution saving throw, because your two friends are still, I think, far enough back that it wouldn't have affected them.
And this
Can
is
I convince you to make that a dex saving throw as I try to dodge out of the way?
Yeah, that's fine. So, especially since Jinsara just said like, "Hey, poison."
Yep.
Hey.
and this
Yeah,
is
my-
versus poison, correct?
Yes, this is going to be a saving throw to avoid taking poison damage.
Excellent.
Just be resistant.
So I got a 23 on my save.
I'm gonna follow the deck save route if possible.
I got a 16.
Floor dice. No. Right.
Those are the worst kinds of dice.
Let me make a bigger space here. Let me also put on my tunic. 12.
All right, so Jinsara and Layla are able to avoid this, but Zawaka, I think while trying to like dodge out of the way, you maybe get a little bit caught up in a root and don't quite manage to get away from it. So you are going to take 3 poison damage. Not that bad. It could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. But question, is this poison trying to put them to sleep?
Nope, it's just straight up poison damage.
Okay. I imagine it's very much the Ned just in the face.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly right.
Oops, sorry, careful,
Yeah,
it
it was-
spits.
Yeah. Yeah, it spit back at you. This is probably your fault.
Sorry,
Victim blaming.
my bad.
Well, that's an interesting concoction.
That was a fun little experience. Are we going to have any more of this fun?
Almost certainly, because you're still at like the first step of the path to the Hag's Hut. You've barely even made it fully into the swamp at this point. How would you like to proceed?
First, I'd like to second wind, if that's all right with you.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So that's 17 hit points back. And then, do I have any inkling as to what direction we should be heading?
Give me nature or survival.
I'll go with survival. It's slightly better. A 9.
You have no idea. Everything sort of looks the same at this point. You've just gone through a lot. There was a whole thing with snakes, and you were grappled twice, I think. And there's that like weird, nasty frozen goo. You've kind of got a lot on your plate right now.
I'm going to look around and kind of like tap a finger on my chin, and I have no idea. These directions weren't very good. I don't think we should honor our end of the bargain with this person.
They
walk
sent us
up.
to a tree with snakes in it. The snakes just wanted to hug. I thought they were trying to be friendly.
No, Layla, they did not want to be friends. No, no.
When they
I'm
were,
sorry.
when some of those snakes were trying to flee,
Bend down.
did Zavaka catch what direction they were trying to go towards?
Ooh, okay, yeah. Give me a perception roll.
Perception, yes. So if I have a P by it, does that mean I add proficiency bonus? Or is it already
Yes.
added?
It
Okay.
should be added already.
All right, sweet.
Yep.
I believe in this version, yeah.
Yeah, in this
Perception.
version, you write the total score.
Well, shit, that's only a 7.
You're not quite sure which direction they went in. You tried to keep track of it, but there were so many snakes moving about, it's kind of hard to keep track. Anyone else want to try anything?
Well, I was too far away to see the snakes. We know deeper into the forest. We have a trailblazer with us who can get us deeper in a swamp, not forest. So it might behoove us to go the direction that has the most active traps.
Oh, maybe.
Because why would you put traps if you're not to defend yourself? That might be
What a good question.
That might be the best option.
Could we
but,
knock on the
um,
tree, maybe with something like distant?
I can
You want to
walk
touch
around
the
and-
tree again?
Actually, that's
So
a good point. If we scare the snake away, we could follow the snake. But the
Snake's
snake's
already
fought
gone.
to the death. No, we make a new one. So we make a new one every time we touch it.
Ah.
And if her
I'm
inkling-
happy to poke trees for you all day long.
And sorry, if they're inkling- Go ahead.
Jinsora will turn
Probably-
away again and her cheeks will flutter.
Oh, sorry, darling. I didn't mean in that way.
There's a tiny thing. This is not your regular old swamp. This is magic swamp, and that's never a good sign. So if there also turn out to be magic snakes, then I'm not capable of it anymore, but I'm going to figuratively shit my pants.
They could be magic.
Oh, there's lots of leaves around here, so don't worry about that. You can definitely clean up.
But I can
Say our best move right now is probably to look for active magical traps. That's
Excellent.
probably our best move, and then follow those. Because why would you put traps randomly?
mayhem.
Because you're trying to throw people off who think think it's lodged this way. So
It's a plan, and I will start walking and looking for the nearest.
anything that you can't immediately identify is
Right.
something that the hag put there, because you know everything about swamps because of your background feature. So anything you can't immediately be like, that's anything you're like, hey, that's not normal.
Yeah, that's fair.
Layla hands her a quarter staff because it's long enough to poke things with. So if there's something you need to poke and you're not sure what it is, maybe don't touch it with your hands.
Yep.
That's always good advice.
I'll keep that in mind, and I'll take the stick and start 10-foot poling my way through the swamp, heading deeper in.
I do want to ask if something can be used while moving. As they're going along, I'm guessing as Vaka kind of clocked that Camila was not the closest person to everything in the battle. Not in an offensive way, but maybe not prepared kind of way.
Okay.
So they'll come up beside them, kind of limping a bit from the bite. Are you worried about combat, dear? To Camila.
Absolutely not. I have been told that I made a great sacrifice in order to be restored into this form. But fun fact, most of my trade is not really very in your face combat-y. I just like being in the corner with my recorder. And that's most of it. And I mean, people have bullied me for it, so if you could please stop that, that could be nice.
Oh, no. I'm here. Let me help you. And we are, if allowed to do it while moving, going to, with consent, do an infusion on Camilla's armor.
That would be an infusion almost on me as a person. Yay!
Specifically using infuse item. It says whenever you finish a long rest, you can touch up to 3 non-magic items, imbuing each of them with one of my infusions to turn it magic. I don't know if this would count. I will leave that up to you.
So generally speaking, the way that works, and obviously I'm not, if Jess wants to run it differently, that's absolutely cool. But is that like you do that as a part of when you take the long rest?
Okay.
So because I think those are all already figured into your existing traits, which might be why you have a higher initiative than your Dex mod.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can't put like the same infusion into different things. It has to be like on like one.
You have to take a rest to do it. It's an activity that's done during a rest, like refreshing spell slots and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
My apologies. They'll take a look at the armor. If we need to stop and rest, I can help you. That way you can stay safe and do what you do best.
Rest? What's rest?
Meditation,
Oh.
at ease.
It's the part of the night when all of your fleshy friends ask you to take watch.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Fleshy friends is also just a really horrible thing to say.
I mean, how else would you describe them?
I mean, it's not wrong. It's just horrible.
Well, I guess our I guess one of us wouldn't be described as fleshy; they'd be described as scaly.
Well,
I guess I'd be.
You're furry.
Yeah, I guess I would be a furry
I mean,
one.
you know, she thick, she a little fleshy. She got
So I'm the nightlight of the group. Yay!
You're our shining star.
Oh no, that's not a good sign.
Why not?
I'm pretty dim.
Have you seen a star? It's just they're not very bright.
Well, maybe then I am a star because I'm not very bright either. Hey, it works out.
Is it Is it
You're
day or
brighter
is
than
it,
me, my darling.
Is it day or is it night? Like what time of day is it?
I hope it's daytime.
It was probably about like late afternoon when you left the tavern, but this is a pretty thick swamp with a lot of like coverage, so it feels like twilight in here.
so
Almost like a perpetual twilight.
Camilla is definitely then throwing some visible light, right? Like it's obvious to us that she's glowing.
Mm-hmm.
You are our guiding light in these dark woods, Camilla. Do not put yourself down. You are not dim. You are bright and leading us through.
Inside check.
I'm gonna put okay. I'm gonna put a hand on Camilla's shoulder, and cast the light cantrip on her.
I already have disadvantage on stealth. Come on.
Now she is literally, her armor is literally shining bright.
Like a diamond.
Bro.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So we've got a blue glow, and shining armor coming from Camilla.
Yep.
Yeah.
She is truly the light of this swamp.
So the idea of this is to not go to the hags, but have the hags come to us because we now have a lighthouse.
I mean,
That would also be good.
I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, no, that would be their best case scenario. I'm gonna do something wackadoo and cast mage armor as an eldritch evocation, so no spell slots spent. Do I still have to do the what is that thing? That's terrible.
Mazosbane.
Yeah. Do we still have to do that?
I'm gonna say yes because I want more people to roll on this table.
All right.
And could I make an insight check on the whole? You are our light. You're not that dim. 'Cause I don't trust that. No,
Absolutely.
people have bullied me.
What's the roll for that, by the way?
1d6.
That is a 24 on insight. I'm really sorry.
5. Layla, were you being honest?
Yes, Layla is really not very good at deceiving people. She's not very intelligent. Despite being a quite worldly traveled monk, she is just very naive.
Perfect.
That's fine.
So your 5 is, unfortunately, nothing happens.
Womp
Victory.
womp.
8 hours of extra protection. And all it cost me was nothing at all.
All right, so it sounds like your new plan is to try to lure the hags to you. Aside from lighting up your Hollow Legionnaire, how do you want to go about getting the hags' attention?
You can
If-
light up the swamp.
I think if we are looking for things that would be like unnatural hazards, things that don't belong where they're at, kind of just meandering our way through and sort of kicking those things over and like trying to like remote trigger traps and things like that. Things that to give them the idea that we are on the way and we're not trying to be stealthy about it. I think would be probably the best approach. Does that sound like kind of the plan that we had discussed?
If we're gonna try to lure them out, just being loud will only make them hunker down. What we want to do is we want to lure them out. We need to make it more beneficial to not fight us within their domain than without.
We need to get them to leave their domain. We need to make their domain dangerous for them.
Got it. Let's set fire to this place.
No,
Setting fire to the swamp.
Why?
it's too
just one sec.
moist. It doesn't work. It's too moist.
Magical fire doesn't go out with water.
Why?
Well, no, but we are making the assumption in that case that there isn't magic already here that would prevent that.
There is magic here. I told y'all there is magic here, and I'm not very comfortable with it.
Well,
Also, we would have to find their place, otherwise we'd just be trapped in a burning swamp.
Be burning away from us.
Like I am
Burn
the
the spot
person
we're
that
in first, and then we just let it burn away.
I'm the person that delivers sick burns, but not in that way. Please, no.
so
And with all the swamp gas, that's in you could set like explosions like with swamp gas. That's not
Exactly. They'd have to come and stop us.
Oh.
Otherwise, we'd burn their home to the ground.
I feel like Ellie is so into this because like she's already got her mage armor going on.
Jess, is there any reason for me to believe, based on the terrain and the presence of the snakes and the behavior of those snakes, that we might actually be in a serpent hold?
Oh. There wasn't any reason to believe that. But I do kind of like the idea of that.
Just the
Do
reason.
you want to be in a serpent hold?
I don't know, but I think if I thought I was, I would probably start advocating a little bit more aggressively for trying to get some more snakes here and then drive them away and follow them to where they run. I think I would advocate back to that plan. If I felt it was a serpent hold. If I don't think that it is, I would probably, and I'm assuming we're having all these discussions as we're walking. So I would probably just start focusing my attention on what looks out of place and trying to trigger any traps that we run across. Again, just kind of as we're moving.
Definitely as you're moving, you notice a couple of areas where if you had stepped wrong, you would have woken up some more snakes or some rats and toads and things. But with your like swampy boy, I forget what your thing is called. Swamp Master.
Yeah.
You're able to get your group around that pretty easily, especially since you're all actively searching for traps. I'm not going to make you roll for that. With you kind of running things and poking at things with Layla's quarterstaff, I guess. You're able to identify some smaller traps here and there until you eventually come across a fork in the road where you find 3 more of these trees with twigs in their mouths.
No. No. Got it? No. No.
But what if we?
No.
But we
You want to
could.
No.
try this time. You can try this time.
Well,
Maybe
ra-
they just didn't like me. I'm too big and scary for them.
rather than getting up on top of it, what if we stay back and rouse the inhabitants of the tree from a distance?
Yeah, there's some nice stones here. If we start throwing stones, maybe that
No.
will.
No, I think I like that idea. I like that idea. Let's throw stones at the tree.
Maybe I am the great light of this party.
I think we can get a little more distance, and I'm going to take my short bow off my back.
Before you all get too far, these trees, and there are 3 of them, these trees are all going to try to spit poison out at you. So go ahead and get me some Constitution. Constitution or Dexterity saves. Although, actually, in this case, I don't think Jinsara would have noticed to like warn everyone. So we'll just do Constitution saving throws.
Shit.
I can live with it.
16.
And it's for people with resistance, it's advantage.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I don't think
Nice.
this counts as a trap, so sadly, I don't think I can use that.
That's a 19.
Yeah.
16.
23.
Did someone get a 10? Layla, did you say you got a 4? All right. Who all got below 15?
I think just Layla.
Yeah, it was just like,
Oh, that's really rough for you.
oh no.
Good stuff, buddy. So that is going to be 11 poison damage. And when this poison sort of like puffs into your face, go ahead and roll a 1d4 for me.
Three.
All right. This sort of like noxious gas puffs into everyone's faces, and everyone around you just seems sort of like, ooh, it kind of shakes it off. But it hits you a little bit harder. And as you look around, you notice sort of the swampy area near you, there are some reeds growing out of it. And when you look closer, you see that.
Sorry.
Oh.
Is this spitting a ranged attack?
No, this is more of like a spell. It's sort of just like here's some gas in your face.
It'd be funny if you
throw
caught the
thunder
poison.
back in. I want to do Kung Fu Panda, throw it back at them.
So the reeds growing from this murky water near you seem to sort of like sway toward you and then sort of like slowly extend. And it doesn't seem like anyone else is reacting to them in any way, even as these reeds sort of like snake across the ground, like between their legs, almost like reaching for you. And when they get close, these reeds sort of like split, like a mouth is forming, and they open their mouths and these long fangs come down. But you blink and it's all gone. None of that is there. None of it was real.
And none of us saw it but Layla.
Yep. Layla was the only one to see it.
As it looks like the jaws are about to clamp, Layla just kind of lets out a high pitched squeal and jumps back.
Were you bit, dear?
Jinsora will also let out a high-pitched squeal and draw both of her scimitars.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Why did you yell?
More snakes.
No, this one's a friend.
Are you pointing at Jinsara?
Yes.
No. Snakes on the ground. Bitey foot.
I'm gonna
Snakes.
look around at the ground. Do I see the reeds at all, or
Yeah, there are some reeds growing like in the swampy water near you.
but there's nothing about them
Alive.
that seems remotely interesting or unusual?
They look like regular reeds.
Yeah,
You would know that they were. So
maybe. Yeah, I think maybe we need to interrogate one of these. Let's everybody back up, and I'm gonna open some windows. Sorry, I had to get a Snakes in the Plane reference in. I pull out my bow and arrow, get us back as far as we reasonably can get.
I'd say 50 feet would be good. So
Yeah.
that should keep whatever comes out in range of all of our attacks, but make it have to leg it to get to us, because very few things can just go 50 feet in one turn on the ground.
We hope. And I'll shoot a bow and arrow at one of the trees.
Snakes can be very, very quick.
Yeah, but I think the deer outclasses them, and it's at 50. I want to say the
Oh,
giant
dear.
constrictor is at 40.
I'm just waiting for the flying snakes to start coming in.
Right.
Hey, yeah, they're gonna come in.
Funny
from the
you
side,
should
100%.
mention.
I want to get
Yeah.
these motherfucking snakes out of this motherfucking swamp.
I didn't knock on wood. That's why that happened.
Exactly.
So first, Travis, they're the three different trees. One of them looks sort of like small and almost stunted and like gnarled, like it was like stopped growing at some point. Something happened to it. One of them is much larger and it looks much closer to the first tree that you saw right when you entered. And the third tree is somewhere between the two of them. But the face on this one, instead of just looking sort of like a generic face with twigs in its mouth is almost open, sort of like in a rictus of pain and anger. So which one are you shooting your arrow at?
I would like to put the arrow in the mouth of the one with the twisted facial expression.
Okay.
Right down the gullet.
Are you
on the
targeting them? Are you targeting them because they're ugly? Really? Really? Come on.
No, I'm trying to
I
get.
thought you were better.
I'm trying to get at the pulp.
You're better than this, Travis.
Do I need to make an attack roll, or is it immaterial?
That's pretty immaterial. I imagine that you're able to shoot at this completely stationary tree. I assume. Do you feel like you need to make an attack roll?
No. I mean, if you don't feel it's necessary, I'm not trying to do anything particularly fancy, other than plant the arrow in the mouth.
And you were all basically trying to make more snakes appear, right? That was the plan for this.
Yeah, that's the aim, I think.
Thanks, I hate it.
You should. So the first thing that happens is we got 5 flying snakes that pop out of the mouths of these trees. And then in one of these millions of tabs I have open, this one, I think I just found it. Something that looks pretty familiar. An Asathi just sort of like crawls forward from the swamp between these trees. An Asathi blade. So, I mean, you've got a snake friend with you. You know kind of what they look like. And they all sort of rear up like they're ready to attack. In this case, do you all want to fight, or do you want to try to go with your plan? Yeah, it looks just like your friend, Layla.
Yeah. I would like to say in Asathi, we've no quarrel with you. We're here for the hags.
The Asathi then says, well, if you have a quarrel with the hag, you have a quarrel with the swamp.
Oh,
I'm not going to let you destroy my home.
are you friendly with these hags, or are you simply trying to avoid your own nest being disrupted?
I mean, the hags aren't really friendly with anyone but the hags, but I mean, the daughters of Mormo keep the swamp alive. This is...
I audibly roll my eyes.
Yeah.
Do you know where the hags nest?
Yes.
Will you tell us?
Not if you're going to attack the hag.
What if we were
What's
going
going
to
on?
attack you if you didn't tell us?
Well, that's not very nice, is it?
I would prefer to avoid it myself. All you need to do is point us in the right direction and
How
hunker
about this?
down.
Why don't you tell me why you are so ready to attack the hag here?
The hags have, in addition to the laundry list of other reasons why we're eager to attack them, they have some items we need to procure. All of Skarn is in grave danger right now, and the hags have access to materials that will help us prevent calamity.
You're talking about what's underneath the hag hut. That's what you're after.
Yes, is this common knowledge?
Of course it is, because none of us would be foolish enough to go after it.
Well, we are.
You court death, cousin.
So be it. If I die serving the divine, then I die justly.
As they say that, I have an idea.
Is Jinsara translating for the group?
Wasn't planning on it.
Yeah.
Unless
Wait,
and,
no,
Because,
never
yeah.
mind.
unless
Yeah,
or
they're just-
until they started giving me useful information.
Yeah.
Never mind. I forgot that wasn't in comment tech. Never mind.
Yeah.
Layla
fair.
is sat there just kind of nodding along and making notes as like speaks about 6 different languages. Like, yeah, very cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we won't attack you. You don't attack us. We won't attack you. Yeah.
Are you attacking?
But also just not completely translating, not understanding that nobody else understands as well. You all got that, right? Yeah, you all understood.
Yeah. Basically, I'm just saying, we can do this. We can fight, or you can give me what it is I need, and turn the other way. If it's as perilous as you claim, then certainly my companions and I will die horribly pursuing it. But if you refuse, then we'll be compelled to persuade you to give us directions.
How about a persuasion roll?
Sure. I'm fine with going intimidation if you feel that that's more acceptable. I'm also fine with persuasion.
I feel like in this case, persuasion makes more sense.
Okay.
The Society is definitely more scared of the weapon than they are of anything you could do.
That is a 1.
Ooh.
It was a natural 2, but I have a -1 persuasion score.
Okay, not
Minus
as
one
bad.
persuasion.
No wonder you wanted intimidation.
So Society says if you're fine with dying horribly and bringing even more danger upon Skarn, that's your prerogative. I won't fight you, but I won't help you either.
What's going on?
I say in Asathi, perhaps I was unclear, and then I switch to Lydian to Common, and I say, Titan spawn, you will give us directions, or I will pry them from behind your fangs.
Layla quietly whispers to everyone else. I think they just failed at getting help. I think we're about to have another fight.
Ooh.
I
This
will.
wasn't my fault this time.
I will slowly stow my bow and arrow and draw my scimitars and ask the Sasathi, how eager are you to join Mormo in pieces?
Honestly, cousin, I'd rather you kill me now than live to see you release that weapon, because I'll die much more horribly then. We all will.
So be it. And I'm
Weapon?
going to take off running like speed lines, anime running at this other Sasathi.
All right, let's get everyone rolling initiative.
Okay.
Can we take a 5 before we dive
Yes,
into
we
this
can take a
combat?
5.
Let's do 5 for bio and technological needs. But and then we'll do initiative when we get back. So if you're watching live, hang out. We'll be back momentarily. If you're watching on the replay, fast forward and stop fast forwarding when you see our pretty faces again. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are just rejoining with Scarlands, and I will hand the reins back off to Jess, our game master. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you all for hanging out and for letting me take you on this hag adventure where you'll probably never actually meet the hag.
That seems likely. That seems likely.
As you said, it's about the friends we make along the way.
That
Exactly.
is so true.
And we're
And you
about
know-
to make a very good friend.
And along
With-
those same lines, the real hag was inside of us all along.
Oh my god.
No, the real hag is
That's
about
what those
to go to war
poison
with
checks
their,
were for, weren't they?
Precisely. So yeah, I was. I believe before we went on break, I was rushing this this Titan spawn unredeemed Asathi,
You were, yeah.
and I was going to hit them in the face with a couple of scimitars, if that's all right.
That is fine. Well, you do that as a, I guess, like sort of surprise attack deal. I'll have everyone else roll initiative and then just put it in the Zoom chat for me. And I'll do that after Travis's first move.
Sure.
I like the idea of you just like rushing at this Asathi who's just trying to chat with you, who's just like, oh, ooh, and you get that hit in there.
I'm going to drop my initiative in the chat mainly because I just went ahead and rolled it. So,
That's perfect.
and then I will make my attack rolls. All right. So scimitar 1
Mild flex.
will be a 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
Scimitar offhand will be a natural 1. I would like to use my inspiration, please, on that.
Go ahead.
Because I don't want to botch a roll at this point in the fight. That would be bad. Not much better. That was a 10. I'm going to bite with my second attack.
All right.
That's better. 16.
16 will hit.
Excellent. So that's 6 piercing. And
Alright.
and then because I'm really upset with this Titan spawn, I would like to action surge.
Ooh.
All right.
Take the
Ooh.
attack action and go with 2 more scimitar swings.
Oh my gosh.
So that's
You're real mad at this guy.
21 to hit on the first scimitar swing.
Yeah, that hits.
Excellent. So that's for 6 slashing. And the second scimitar swing is 16.
How much damage did you do total at this point?
So it was, yeah, it was,
Should be like 12, right?
no, yeah.
You did 6 with the bite and
6 with the
6
bite,
with those
and 6 with the
scimitar.
The scimitar.
Yeah.
So,
And
and
then-
the second scimitar was a 16. Does that one hit?
That will hit.
Excellent. So that would be 3 because I don't get to add my. Or no,
Yeah,
it's a second
it's
attack.
another
So
action. Yeah, it's
so
another
yeah.
action, so you do.
so yeah, so 7 more damage.
Nice. So that's what?
So 6, 6, 7.
Yeah. So
I mean, it
19?
seems like a
19?
lot, but
19 total for that.
but that was like 6 attacks. Oh.
Yeah,
It seemed-
and seeing your initiative, it looks like you're really mad at this guy.
Yeah, it seems like a lot, and it was in fact a lot. This Asahi looks real fucked up at this point. Like they're barely hanging on. So yeah, if you want to roll
You already did.
you're
You rolled a
next.
21.
So yeah, you're definitely next first up in initiative. So you can go ahead and do your next thing as well.
I would like to make an intimidation check and command that they yield and give us directions to the hag.
All right, make your roll.
Natural 1.
Ah,
I
The dice giveth and they taketh away.
I am good
really
at
do.
I am good at intimidating instead of persuading. Never mind.
My voice cracks. I'm like, hey, can you give us directions? Yeah.
All right, is that your move?
That I believe that completes my action. I don't know that I can do much else if I made that intimidation, right? So yeah, that will complete my action.
All right, next is the Asathi Blade, who is already pretty messed up, and who I think realizes that like your plan here is to either like get this snake talk in or like kill it, basically. Yikes. In that case, I think the Asathi is just going to set his weapons down and sit in front of the tree and wait for whatever will come his way. And he's not going to make a move. So next will be Ellie.
He's chosen death. Okay. There were still 5 little flying snakes around. Are they a part of this fight?
As soon as the Asathi like sort of sat down and was clearly not going to take part, the flying snakes sort of dove back into the trees.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about that at least. Well, he has chosen death.
Yes.
Well, let's make him regret that decision. So Eldritch Blast, non-lethal. Because I'm going to make him regret choosing death by not letting him have it. That is a natural 20 and a 16.
Yeah, he only has 3 HP left.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the dice because I rolled the natural 20 anyways. That's not terrible. 19. So he's down, but with non-lethal damage because we have to make him regret this. So how do we want to do this? Out, my friends, because I have my way of doing it, but I don't imagine we all are going to be okay with that.
I'm on board.
Oh, I got one. But
Wait. Let's just be friendly.
I'm gonna be very friendly.
No, you're not.
They're gonna love me by the end of it.
There's a difference between love and forced love, I feel here. Let's just try a less angry approach first. How about
we already tried the less angry approach. It didn't work.
We're
well past the angry approach. I'm shaking the person at this point. Like I got him up. I'm in the process of tying them up. Like we already tried the less angry approach. Now we try the angry.
How about we try this? Just 1 second. You've tied them up. I grab them by the leg, hold them up above my head. Hello? You awake?
Layla,
we need some
Layla.
directions. We're lost. We don't know where we're going. We're just travelers in the woods.
We already tried this.
Please.
It's not gonna work.
And with non-lethal damage, you still knock him unconscious, right?
Correct. They are unconscious when they are dropped to 0 with non-lethal damage. So they can be awoken if appropriately jostled. So this could awaken them.
I was going to say, I remember how big Layla is. This is not a gentle jostle for someone so small.
Yeah. So
while you're jostling, Mint, was there something that you were going to try?
There was. They are looking at the fork in the road because they're pretty much just saying, whatever happens with this person, they're probably not going to get any information that they can out of it. But they want to see if this is a region that has hags in it. There's probably a chance it had them in it before. They want to go through their memory and see if there was ever any stories about hags, witches, or other magical folk that shelter in these woods, and if it made any reference to where they would be. Sorry, not in the woods, but in the swamp.
Yeah, roll me a history check.
And this is the part where I say I have a +5 modifier in history, so hopefully I don't fuck this up.
I believe in you.
I'm gonna move my mouse out of the way because I don't want to deal with another floor die. Otherwise, I will scream. Here we go. That's an 8.
You have inspiration from earlier, don't you?
I do.
Do you want to use it for this? Or do you want to save it for
May I
something else?
please?
Yeah, you can use it for that.
So inspiration basically just is reroll, right?
Yeah, you can just reroll.
All right. I might raise no quitter.
The takeaway is that we are all very good at fighting. Not so good at the other stuff.
Okay, it's slightly better. That's an 11 now.
So you do know that there have been stories about like hags and witches in these woods, but you can't recall any specifics. Or in this swamp, rather.
That gives them an idea, but they're gonna wait for them to shake the snake awake because they have an idea, and they're gonna call Camille over. Like,
Yeah.
when I do what I'm about to do, which isn't going to hurt them, I need you to back me up.
How? Physically?
No. Give credence to the words that are about to leave my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Layla shakes this poor snake awake.
Hello? We're lost. I found you on the floor. You looked like you could help us. We need to find the center of the woods. We're just poor travelers. You fell over. Nobody did anything to you.
You just knocked me out. You didn't take my memory. I know that you're the ones who attacked me.
I told
I had
him.
nothing
I
to do
told
with it.
them. I told them it wouldn't work. Please put the snake down.
I'm going to do the only thing that I'm good at. Can I make an insight check to see if they really truly do not mind dying?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a 1.
Oh my goodness.
The only thing you can tell is that the snake does not like being held upside down, which makes a lot of sense. Probably not many people like that.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. And I just offhanded throw them.
You're 9 feet tall, correct?
I'm also not very strong.
Okay. My concern was if they would take fall damage.
I was just thinking the same thing, that might just knock them unconscious again.
Because if you threw them up and they got over the 10 feet, they would take the fall damage, and then we'd have to stabilize them.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that orc monk has a strength of like 10.
Okay,
Is it-
so
11.
11, yeah.
Okay, so
beautiful.
probably not.
Which
in
is
which case,
literally the lowest strength that a Scaran orc can start with. By the way.
I love it.
We was really struggling to hold them up. It was more rather than a toss. It was more like, yeah, no, I can't do this anymore. I'm just.
It just.
Oof.
Are they? If they're still conscious, Zavaka's gonna come up, and their good old notebook is gonna come out. You're very, very adamant about not helping us.
I pull out a dagger.
Why?
It seems like this is a combination of like maybe persuasion with intimidation from Ellie.
Oh no, I'm not
Are
trying
you
to
like
intimidate.
getting right in his face?
I'm not
though?
trying to. I'm not trying to intimidate. I'm going to stab them. This isn't.
Okay.
This isn't something that they're going to be able to talk their way out of. They're getting this stabbing no matter what.
Okay, so
So well, I'm letting them talk, but I'm just
as soon as this conversation is done, you're getting
yeah.
your stab on.
they're going to get this stab. They have to know how far I'm willing to go.
All
They're-
right, so Zavaka.
They're gonna ignore that. Tell me, this thing we're after, Why are you so concerned about it when it's probably already being used?
It's not being used.
Are
She's
you
trapped
sure?
it. She's trapped it under the hut. There's no. She would never unleash it.
Are you
She
sure?
fears it more than we do. She's
There
the one who
were
trapped it there.
there were magic folk, witches, hags, and all of that in this area before that aren't here now. What do you think happened to them? Do you truly
I,
trust this person to not use something of that great power?
it's not that I trust her. It's that I know that she would rather let herself die than unleash that weapon, just the same as anyone else here.
And do you think she'll be able to keep it under wraps forever?
Not if people like you keep coming into the swamp and trying to unleash it.
And we're here to unleash it for a good reason. How long until someone comes to do it for their own gain?
The Asathi just like starts laughing,
Yeah,
just
the,
manically, and
what's-
says, "There is no good reason."
I stab the Asathi. And, spare the dying so they don't die. It's a cantrip. And then just, while they're unconscious, what are you doing? They already think we're here for a bad reason.
We need them to think that whatever reason that hag is holding this for is worse, or at the very least, not as effective as to what we need it for.
Here's the thing.
We don't need it for anything. We just want it.
Here's the problem. This Asathi is still a Titan worshiper. That puts them beyond reason. Unless we have some way to mystically compel answers from them, I don't expect we will get any.
Did I just say that? Did I just say that? Did I just say that? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have an idea.
Oh, please. I step aside and gesture broadly to the unconscious Asathi.
Problem is, I need them to be awake.
Oh, that's easy.
Which is
I
apparently
stab
a
them. I
problem.
stab them again. I turn the knife, and the pain wakes them up.
Yikes!
I pull the knife out, and the wound doesn't bleed because spare the dying.
And
All
you're
right,
like,
so they're awake again.
and I gesture them to. Damn it, it's got advantage. God damn it. But I can try. I can try. And I am going to, with all my charm person and might and all my radiance and all my beautiful glow of maybe you're dying and an angel is coming to save you, or whatever the equivalent is in this universe. Like, you might tell us, because otherwise things are gonna go bad. I know things. They're gonna go bad.
So
Charm
what is
person.
your spell save DC?
14.
Okay. This Asathi does have advantage against being charmed, but I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
roll.
And
Yeah.
already because my allies are fighting it anyway, so I could
Uh,
try.
I'd like to see if I could use Flash of Genius for this to help them. I can use reaction add +2 to any roll for when another creature I see within 30 feet makes an ability check or saving throw.
Gonna help the
so in
snake
this
if you do
case-
that.
Right.
Yeah,
this-
in this
snake-
case, Camilla's not making a roll, just the snake is.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to help Camilla at this moment because it's just the spell save DC.
Okay. I tried.
It's a good thought.
It was a good thought.
I should have
Let's
probably
see.
used that earlier to keep some people, less damage. But, gotta learn sometimes.
We do what we do.
And also, as I'm doing that, I would also like to use one of my abilities to then also innately cast detect thoughts.
Which is
Oh.
2 leveled spells.
Detect thoughts is, I think, because of something innate that I have. So I don't know if that counts as a spell slot, but my charm
my
person is
innate-
absolutely a spell slot.
Well, my innate spells cause it to happen, so
Yeah, true. But
Yeah, you would need to effectively. You would be able to detect thoughts on the next turn.
yeah.
So let's start with your charm person. So you were able to charm the Sasathi, but first go ahead and roll your 1d6 for Messa's Vein.
beautiful. What could possibly go wrong? Absolutely nothing. That is
Turn
a
inside
2.
out.
That's a 2.
Oh no.
Vein of Venom.
Oh,
You
venom,
generate
I'm
a poison
resistant.
spray.
Oh, to other people. Oh no. It's only to me, I'm fine.
It is to you, it looks like.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh no, your body releases an aura of poison, preventing creatures in the swamp from attacking you and instead encouraging them to attack your teammates. Amazing. You do have disadvantage on constitution checks. But it's a
So
constitution saving throw for your own spell save DC for poison damage.
advantage because of poison resistance, I presume. I rolled
Yep.
an at 20 on the first one and then a 17. So
All right.
I think that's a
So
20.
you saved. Yeah.
So technically,
But
I
you
kind
did
of
charm
released
this
like
Asathi.
get fucked. Such a radiant personality.
Hey, that's a different kind of charming.
Told you were the light that would lead us.
You did say that. They did say that.
So now this Asathi sees you as a friend
Yay!
somehow, despite being nearly killed like 3 times at this point.
It's the radiance. It's the and the pretty cheeks.
Everybody loves people with nice armor.
True.
So what do you want to do now that this Asathi regards you as a friend? You specifically, no one else.
I'm gonna talk to my allies like, can y'all like kindly in the close range fuck off for like a minute?
No.
I will.
I'm your bad cop.
No, I don't want a bad cop. That's not gonna work here. Please just kindly fuck off for 3 seconds and then you can.
I'll step back 5 feet and sort of wave to the others that I think that they should do the same as well.
I'm a consider. I'm a think.
Let's flip the eyes, please.
Layla gets her great axe off her back and just goes, just let Camilla try for once. We've had some fun. We've tried. Camilla's just doing their thing. Let them do their thing for once.
I have had no fun here. I have this has not been nearly what is needed.
Please.
I want to try and
Just-
intimidate. I'm going to try and intimidate here.
We're doing that. We're doing players.
Infighting.
We're doing player things. Okay, well, fine. Insight to resist. Natural 20.
You can now stab me because I rolled a 3.
That's with my insight mod. That is a 22. So yeah.
So you tried to scare Ellie and instead you scared yourself.
Yeah. But maybe Ellie is now angry at me and is going to attack me instead of the.
No. There's
So
no.
everyone has backed up except for Camilla and Ellie still has this dagger ready to stab. What would you like to try, Camilla?
I've got my hand on their shoulder behind them, and they know the dagger's coming. They know it's coming.
So like the thing is about that item, looks up spell list to make this even more of a chaos thing. The thing about that is, have you ever seen it? Like, have you been in like close range of it or anything?
Yes, I knew her before she was trapped.
Well, looks at spell list. Fuck, that's a different book. Then you would also know that you weren't there alone. Don't you remember me? And I'm going to cast Alibi.
Oh no.
What does Alibi do?
no.
Alter
Wow.
the memories of your mark to create an ironclad alibi. Sure, the memories are a little vague and they don't all match exactly, but they swear you were there the whole time.
Wow.
Thank you for that,
Wow.
Travis.
That is an amazing use of alibi.
That's incredible. Okay, well, I mean,
It's again a wisdom saving throw, but maybe the charm interact with
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
I think it would have disadvantage since it's already charmed by you.
Yeah, and like it's. You would think that it's really weird to miss me, being all like shiny.
They didn't recognize you because that was back when you were enfleshed.
Sure.
So yeah, this Asathi did not pass that saving throw. So your alibi is that you were there when the Sasathi saw that weapon. And so the Sasathi says, then you know she can't be released yet. If anyone lets her out, we're all dead.
That's why we come here. We're not going to release that. Are you stupid? We're not releasing that. We're taking it into quarantine.
She's already in quarantine. You know that. You were there when she was trapped.
That's not quarantine enough, believe me. I've seen way worse in my 2 lifetimes.
Roll persuasion.
Sure. Advantage or nah?
You would have advantage because they're charmed to you.
Yeah, all right, perfect. Persuasion is a +9 for me. Beautiful. Oh, that's a 4. And that is a 19, so that is a 28. Yeah.
Nice.
So you're trying to persuade him that the safest route is to let you take this weapon into quarantine?
Yes, indeed.
So you're persuading the Sasathi, but he still says, I mean, even if that were true, you'd have to get through Auntie May first. I don't know that it's worth it.
You don't think we're capable of that?
It's not that I don't think you're capable, but if you're trying to take her somewhere into quarantine, like how are you planning to transport her?
We have our ways.
What ways would that be? As soon as she's released, she'll destroy everything.
We have our ways.
I mean, I guess you should go talk to Auntie May then, if you really think that you can transport her safely.
So, and the problem is, of course, with like this being a swamp, and look, that was in my past lifetime. That was the problem. So I don't quite remember where it was. So I would need like the basics of where it is. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the same as always, where like every time you come across one of these forks with the 3 trees, you find the one that doesn't spit snakes out at you, and you take the path next to that one.
All right, thank you. And at how many hit points is this Asathi? How good are they looking?
I mean, I
They're
think they're still at
terrible.
1 hit point. Like
They're terrible. They're gonna die. I'm going to kill them. Don't heal.
no,
Don't waste healing on them.
no. And then I'll say, good, you fucking stupid bitch. You actually believed me. I'm going to cast Fish's Mockery.
Ah, yes. Yes.
And if that doesn't work, you can stab them.
betrayal.
If that doesn't work, you can stab them, but
DC
once again-
13 wisdom save, yeah.
14.
14 wisdom save.
If that
I mean, I
doesn't
feel
work,
like
you can
that's-
stab him.
oh wow, that was a 17.
I
That's
get
shocking.
fucked.
I feel like that
Damn.
shouldn't have worked.
Nope.
No, but then as I see that doesn't work, and probably this Asathi realized that I'm going to go like the little move of, go ahead.
Just right in the neck. On the ground. Pull out my dagger. Wipe the blood on them.
That was mean of me, wasn't it?
No, that was really nice. You should do that more often. That was what good people do.
They were a Titan spawn. It's better than they deserved.
So should we do something to mangle the body then?
No, but we should back up so we can figure out. We know that snakes come out of this tree, right? I pointed at the one with the.
So do they come out of this one? And I just touched one of them.
Oh my god! It's a fork in the road, right? There's only 2.
There are 3 trees.
Yeah,
we
there are
know
only 2
we know
left.
snakes come out of
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah.
I'll touch the one on the left.
God.
So hang on. So which one do we know the snakes come out of? Is it the middle one that we know they come out of?
The ugly one.
So
that's-
the far right.
Oh, so we
okay.
know the far right. I will touch the one on the far left.
The far right is ugly. Just throwing that out there.
But
It's a fork in the road. There's 2 directions to go. There's right to left. The right didn't work, so the left has got to work.
There are 3 paths available because there are 3 trees. But I see where you're going with
Yeah,
this.
that's not how the logic works in Layla's head.
That's fair. Fortunately, no snakes come out of the tree that you just touched.
Huzzah.
See, just takes a little bit of thinking. We're fine. We go this way.
Leela, you're a genius, and sheathe my swords and run forward along that path.
So I'm surrounded by crazy people. Says
Sometimes
the
it'd be like
person.
that.
Says the
Just the
person
person
who
who
was
just
actively trying to
full murder,
torture
but-
people. Yeah. Says the person who's actively trying to, commit war crimes.
Yeah. So the next thing is you pass this next set of trees, and Ellie, Camilla, and Jinsora, as you sort of like head forward, the three of you again see a face sort of form itself out of like moss and plants in the swampy water near you, and says, "It doesn't have to be this way. If you join me, I can offer you protection, and you can help me protect the weapon you're so determined to find."
I don't respond and keep walking. I already have a patron.
This face is showing up in the water.
Yeah.
I will look down at it and I'll say, we need what you are guarding over. I believe you've seen by now we're determined to get it. We can do this peacefully.
There is no peace if you unleash what's beneath my head.
There is something far worse than us that seeks it.
And there's nothing that will control it.
But you are equipped to?
No, that's why I trapped her.
As they're going, Zavaka's taking on, as they're hearing this. The
So
water.
you wouldn't hear it.
Okay.
Only Ellie, Camilla, and Jinsara hear it.
Damn it. All right.
I'll say
Layla's picking up little daffodils and making daisy chains out of the flowers. And
Just touching absolutely everything you can.
Just yeah, like we don't know that this place is an enchanted swamp. Just okay.
Places a daisy chain on top of I don't know, someone's head as it's going
Yeah.
along.
Yeah, she wanted up, so she gets up.
Your cat has inspiration.
I'll say perhaps in the earlier age your assessment would be true, but we have divinity on our side. We are working for the gods' purposes.
The face cackles. And it doesn't matter who you work for. No one can control her. If you unleash her, it will be death for you all.
Where is she?
Arca, why are they talking to the swamp?
I've told you already, she's beneath my hut. If you're so determined to meet your death, I suppose I won't stop you.
See you at the hut. And I stab the face.
It just like splashes, like you just like stabbed water, basically.
Aha!
Yeah, nailed it. You stabbed that water.
Make sure to wipe that blade off. Water will degrade the edge.
Thank you.
Why did you attack the puddle?
It made me angry.
A bit mean?
Yes, it was a mean puddle. It's fine now.
Okay.
We're definitely.
Daisy chain.
Thank you. I will put it in. I'll put it on the top of my head like a crown, because I don't really have any hair to put it in necessarily. And yeah, I think we're heading the right way. So let's keep heading that way.
All right, I'll we'll just sort of like skip ahead in the travel, and we'll say that a couple more times you figure out like which trees to touch through Layla just touching all of them, and you fighting off snakes constantly. Do you
Nice.
feel like that sounds accurate for what happens next?
That sounds.
That sounds annoyingly accurate for what happens next. That sounds like it's exactly what happened. We tried to stop it after the second time because we figured, she realized what was going on. But the second time, and then the third time, we did try to stop it, but we weren't paying attention. And they're a monk, like they got extra movement than us. Like I got on all fours to try to catch up to her, and she made a whole thing about. I mean, that increases my movement speed. So, but she made the whole thing happen, and it was constant.
2 weeks later, after fighting snakes, we've leveled up to like level 30 now.
Right.
Yeah, we've
grinding through all the levels.
Yeah,
You're absolutely unstoppable.
Zavaka is actually designing constructs based on the chase sequences between the cat and the monk.
Yeah.
All right, so you continue on your way, and eventually you make your way to a hut in the swamp. And you do see a hag standing on the stoop. And at her feet is Rael, the mage who initially told you to go find this cache of weapons. And Rael does not look to be still alive. They are lying unmoving at this hag's feet. And she, as soon as she sees you, points toward a tree stump, like just outside, sort of like the ring of trees around her home, and says, "If you're so desperate to die, there's the way down to beneath my hut."
Yes, we don't have to pay him.
That mean we get all the pay?
Yes, that means we get all the pay. We don't have to pay him.
I'm sure I'll regret asking, but why? And I point at the corpse.
They were determined to find the weapon, and they decided to come fight me. So this is what happened.
But you're not going to fight us going after it.
They attacked first, but if you want to die beneath my hut, you're welcome to go die there.
And why do you think we'll die by going beneath the hut?
No one can control what's down there.
See, we were at 5. He was alone.
I don't think he even got below the hut.
No,
I killed them.
Yeah, so did you give him the same offer?
What was that?
Did you give him the same offer? You go beat the hut or fight you?
No, they just appeared and attacked first. I didn't have a chance to point out the way beneath my hut. They just came to me and started fighting.
Well, that's hilarious. I love this. Can I have the body?
I suppose.
Excellent. I'm gonna go, retrieve the body. Gotta make sure she doesn't animate it to attack us later. Powerful undead wizard is not something we can let exist.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
And I'm a sacred
I
flame
was
the body.
very curious why you wanted this body.
And I'm gonna sacred flame the hell out of this body. It is radiant damage, not fire. And just make sure that this thing doesn't exist. I'm not allowed to let her animate an undead mage to attack us and get us in a pincer that way.
Once we've completed the Darth Vader funeral for our former employer, I'm gonna say, well, no time like the present, and start making my way down beneath the hut.
Zavaka will stop and look at the woman. How long have you been guarding them?
Decades now.
Either we succeed and can find a way to control this, or we fail, we die, and someday someone will have to replace you. Don't you want to just go ahead, take the bull by the horns, find a way to release them to us, so that way we can either have a chance of preventing whatever apocalypse you think will happen, or you spend the rest of your days waiting for it to happen for that one day you make a mistake or die of old age.
I know how to one day control her, and it won't happen by you letting her out now.
Well, if it's not us, it's going to be somebody else. We're all very nice people. Nothing bad has happened with us. We're all very nice, friendly people. You can
Whether
trust
it's
us.
you,
And if it's not us, Someone later will come down. They won't be as nice. They will probably kill you and set it free. At least we'll leave you alone.
I'm not stopping you. I just told you the way to get below my hut.
Yeah,
You're welcome to go.
I'm
I'm simply telling you that you'll die.
I'm straight up walking down there, disregarding the hag's warnings entirely.
I'll do
Yeah,
that
so
too.
you head
you-
toward the tree stump, and there is like, as soon as you get close enough, and since she already pointed it out to you, sort of like buried beneath the area there, there is just like a trap door that she has made very obvious for you. She's known that you're coming for a while now and that you're not going to stop. So she sort of like took the spells away that was hiding it and was like, "Yep, there you go.
Very nice.
Have your
hack.
fun. Get fucked."
All right,
Bye. Nice to meet you.
I'll
Wonderful
pop-
chat. See
I'll
you
pop it
later.
open and dive down.
Yep. I'll follow.
All right. Is anyone not going down the trap door?
Something down there.
Zavaka would probably go last, but as they're going, look at the old woman.
She's just sort of like a very mocking wave goodbye.
Yep.
So you all head down and you see a massive, I mean, you walk through this like underground cave system for a while. We're just sort of speeding through all of this, and you eventually come across this just like massive stone feature that seems to have some sort of like cover over it. Almost like if you moved it, there would be maybe like stairs or something to a further deep level. Do you want to open it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%. Let's make bad decisions.
Perfect. You open it, and I need you all to make a let's see, an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, that's
Intelligence.
wonderful.
That's an interesting one.
I
Alright.
am very intelligent.
I got an 8.
So I dropped my D20 and don't know where it landed on the floor, so I'm going to do a digital one.
Dirty
That is
20.
that is a
Layla, is it?
16.
Layla's intelligent.
Oh my goodness.
I have to do math. That's a 22.
Oh, you're the only one who saved.
Huh?
Get fucked.
No, flag on the
Layla was
play.
never gonna pass
Rewind.
So, you open this sort of like stone box, coffin, whatever it is, and immediately you hear this blood curdling wail that just sort of knocks you back. And Zavaka, who saved, takes 24 psychic damage, and the rest of you take 49 psychic damage.
Oh my
Yikes.
goodness.
And
Layla-
everyone, and everyone who failed is also stunned.
Nice.
Stunning.
Oh, we're almost dead. Okay.
Yeah. And as soon as this happens,
Layla is knocked out.
yeah.
Oh,
After this wail, this scream that like stuns most of you and gets most of you close to death, a hag rises from this tomb and cackles and says, "You've released me too soon. That was your mistake." And she vanishes.
Goodbye.
So now you have released this incredibly powerful hag who cannot be controlled or stopped into the world. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Everything's
Made the
fucked.
world a worse place. Are we only stunned for the round?
Yeah, you're only stunned for the round, but this
Cool.
hag has already disappeared.
Yeah, but Layla's making death saves. So spare the dying.
yeah,
So that
Layla-
doesn't matter. So that doesn't matter. She survives. I just wanted to
Yeah,
make
no,
sure because
that-
if we were stunned for a minute, then Layla's on her own. Would be on her own.
Yeah, no,
That's very true.
I say, all right, good job, everybody. Mission accomplished.
Oh yeah.
I see this as an absolute win.
happened?
It's good that you were able to spare the dying because if a target is killed by this damage, its head explodes, assuming it has one.
Oh, okay. That's like can't even be normal resurrected level of damage stuff. That's okay.
Everyone told you that this was gonna kill you, that it was gonna be the end for everything.
Yep.
Mind
Oh well, we
blowing.
ruined the world. We caused Apocalypse Part 2. We're good.
Good job, everyone.
This
Let's
is
the
good
end of our
legacy.
adventure for now, because we're out of time.
Again, it was the friends we made along the way. It's not the
It's
end
so
of
true.
the story. It
Absolutely.
was
So
what we
true.
did.
The friends and the flower crowns.
You're right. You're right. The story has to devolve into like feudal Mad Max now.
It is always darkest before the dawn.
However, I would like to point out if
We
anybody
haven't gotten that point yet.
if anybody is in the audience watching and wants to see how the story ends or explore this themselves and maybe make some better decisions than we did, it is part of Chase Cross Galspad, which is available in PDF and print on demand over at Drive-Thru RPG. I'm going to throw the link to
This
that
is what
in
it
the
looks
chat.
like, but not blurry. I can't make it focus.
Focused on the art face.
On the face, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the face. That's
Yep.
funny.
Anyway, we
Um,
tried.
So
Don't make better decisions than us. Always make worse decisions than us.
There's
we are
pretty
the
much
paragons. It's
no
more fun if you
possible
miss
way
it
to make
worse.
worse decisions than this group did.
yeah, we really
Beautiful.
did. We really did have the benefit.
That's a
of making
challenge. You gotta
almost-
one up us now.
Almost the worst possible
If
decisions.
you can get into trouble before you meet the tree,
You will.
that's the challenge. That's
Yep.
the challenge.
Yep, you got to make the journey through the swamp harder for yourselves. That's how you do it.
At least I made a friend. I mean, not for long, but a friend nonetheless.
You did make a friend. That's true.
I mean,
No,
friend in spirit.
A friend in need
I had
is a friend.
I had a
Up again?
blast, and thank you all so much. Thank you, Jess, for running, and thank you everybody for helping bring this calamitous adventure to its conclusion.
Well-deserved conclusion, I feel.
This was
Yes, it was wonderful.
a really
Let's do
good
a
time.
quick round of goodbyes. So, and everyone say, well, do we have a time for everyone to say goodbye and where to find
Yeah,
them?
let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's start with the Will because I need to know everything about your cat. Please tell me your
Okay.
cat's name and everything you can about her.
All right, I am the Will. This is Willow. Yes, that is her real name. My
Oh.
girlfriend thought it would be funny. She's
If that's
just a
Willow,
long-haired
who's
black.
Will High?
That's a good question.
Inspiration. For your next
That's-
game. Whoever your next GM is, tell them you have inspiration already.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't exist online. However, the Rolling Nomads force me to exist in their games all the time. They conjure me from the ether to do so. So you can catch them at twitch.tv/the Rolling Nomads or at _the Rolling Nomads on Twitter. And then you can sometimes see me. I'm sometimes there. Hey, hi, Willow. Gingerbread Willow.
Perfect.
That's me.
How about Josie? We'll do the bottom line, except we'll save Travis.
Hi, I'm Josie. I played poor little Camilla who just wanted to make friends and play tunes. You can find me on socials at Josie the 11th. Just Josie on Twitch because I'm thinking of picking up streaming again, and on TikTok at Chronic Brain Pain. And yeah, I had a blast. And if inspiration would stack, I don't know what that could have led it to.
Perfect. And how about David?
Hiya, David. I played the lovable tree-hugging orc monk, Layla. You can find me, well, I have socials. I don't tend to use them. I exist there, but people. I'm also part of Darker Days Radio. So keep your eye out. We've got me and Mike should be doing something fun, hopefully in July. And a fun episode coming out there. I used to do a lot of streaming. I'm hopefully getting back into it soon. So look out. You'll find me elsewhere for games.
And Mint.
Hi everyone, I'm Mint or Minty Bo, whichever one is fine. You can find me on Twitter at It's Minty Bitch. Again, furry gay degenerate, so 18 plus. You can also find me here on Twitch at my channel, Minty_Bo, and then also with Blank Slate with Corvus Crow. We do Mage 5th Edition homebrew and some other stuff we got in the works. It has been such an amazing time here, and I have had a great time getting to be introduced to how 5e works and with such an amazing setting English, and also setting provided to us by the works of two writers here, to, in my case, left and right, but in Twitch, it's to my left and to bottom middle.
Yeah.
And I'll take this moment to say again, all of Onyx Path is doing this convention in combination with the Badana Group. I sorry if I mispronounced that.
No, you got it.
They are doing good work with using tabletops and similar game experiences for therapy and for clinical work. So if you've enjoyed this, if you think that sounds cool, if you have the means to do so and like not put yourself in a bind, consider donating or spreading the word. And that's all for me.
There we go. Sorry, I was having some nightbot issues.
That's all right. Travis, did you want to go last or you want to go now?
Oh, you go ahead and then I'll do my parting spiel.
Okay. I have been Jess, your GM. Thank you for joining me on this hag venture with very, very little hag. You can find me on my website, writejess.com, WRITE, or you can follow me on Twitter at writejessr. And you can also find me, most of my gaming is done with the D20 Dames. We are a family-friendly 5e primarily podcast. We recently played through a setting that our DM completely created called Wyoming, and it was the cutest shit ever. And that's the first time I've been able to cuss in conjunction with it because it is very family friendly. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And some of the cool Scarred Land stuff I did, again, Cheese Across Galspad, which Travis put the link for that you're never going to be able to see. But then some of my other favorite things I worked on, Yegman's Guide to Galspad.
Yes.
With my babies in there, the Manticora.
Yes, yes.
My darling children, and Dead Man's Rest.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. Oh my gosh, why won't anything focus?
Kind of see the blur filter on, so
I know, but usually I can hold it. There we go. You can kind of see it there. Skylands, Dead Man's Rest. Such a fun book. I had so much fun working on this. Check it out. It's fantastic.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your amazing work on it, by the way. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. But yeah, now we'll go over to Travis.
Excellent. I'm Travis, pronouns he, they. When I'm not running games, I am writing them. I want to once again thank all the players for being involved. This has been a hoot and a riot. I want to thank Jess once again for letting me sit on this side of the screen. And I want to thank all of you who are watching live or in VOD and checking these things out. Please do check out Scarred Lands. It's a very fun setting. We just scratched the surface of so many things that are going on in that setting. It's a really good time. And if you're familiar with 5e, it uses a familiar rule set. We're going to get out of your hair, but I would encourage you to head over to the Onyx Paths Discord, where we have the event schedule for the entire weekend set up. And I'm going to throw a link to that in the chat. And then, yeah, hopefully we'll see you at some of the other cons, the panels and actual plays at this convention. I believe, Jess, you're back tomorrow morning, right?
Yep.
Playing Aegis, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yeah.
And David, are you playing tomorrow or running?
I'm playing in Tom's Scion game.
And that's going to be Scion Masks of the Mythos over at Rolling Nomads, which is super, super fun setting. Jowsy, you got any more appearances this weekend?
Not if there's no more player spots open, no.
All right, excellent. Well, in that case, you should come hang out at some actual plays and liven up the chat, as you have done a wonderful job livening up the stream. Greatly appreciate you being here. Min, you got anything else coming up this weekend?
I will be in a game tomorrow with some very interesting characters and story going on. I will be part of the Masks of the Mythos Scion game tomorrow.
Yeah. Excellent. Yep. Definitely head over to Rolling Nomads and check that out tomorrow for sure. And Will, you got another game or three, right?
I believe the only other one I'm. Are we starting Scion Godsend up again?
I think
this
Godsend
week?
is this week. Yeah.
Yeah. So then that one will be the only other one I'll have in the con.
And that is the regular weekly Scion game that runs on Rolling Nomads. It's been on break, so tomorrow is the season 3 premiere.
Season 3. We're gonna
3.
kill Zeus eventually. We'll get to it. Everybody in the group hates him now that he attacked us. So, our Titan spawn is gonna get his wish that we're gonna kill him. He's gonna go, and any the Greek gods also, because that pantheon's kind of a mess.
Hey, if you got to get one, sometimes you got to get them all.
Yeah, I anticipate Apollo's gonna be loyal to his father. He's always been a daddy's boy.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in your deicide. Until then, everybody, wash your hands, wear your masks, get your shots. And as the late Jerry Springer used to say, be good to yourselves and each other. Hang around. We're going to raid over to Onyx Path.
Bye-bye.